are in the world. We are here for round 16 of the IRC World Championship, and tonight is Super Night. It is the Super League, and we are here in the Sochi Autodrome for the Russian Grand Prix. I'm really looking forward to this one. The Russian Grand Prix usually isn't the most exciting race when you in terms of the real world of Formula 1, but I tell you what, in league racing, in IRC, this is going to be one phenomenal ride indeed. So I'm really looking forward to this one, and yeah, this is going to be a fantastic race. And of course, happy Halloween as well to you all out there. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. Of course, this is my favourite time of the year as well. I'm allowed to venture out without my mask on, so I feel all natural and everything. Anyway, enough about Halloween and all that kind of shenanigans. We're hoping to have a frightful race here tonight, and that's not going to be the end of all the horrific puns as well. As I quickly do the usual like, share, and subscribe, and all that kind of jazz as we get. As we want to make sure that everyone has access to the stream. So of course, I want your inputs. I want to know what your opinions are. Who do you think is going to win? Who's going to get pole position, and all that kind of thing as well. So and 1 second, you see, I still can't do two things at once. You would think that after like almost, well, whenever I started way back in March, I think it was, you'd think I'll be getting better at this, but nope, I still can't do two things at once. Anyway then, yeah, it's great. I'll tell you what, last night's race and the Elite was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? A brilliant race, and a really good race as well. An absolutely fantastic pole position lap from Super Crazy. That's a Mexican wrestler, isn't it? From Crazy Power in the Ferrari, his first ever pole position in the Ferrari. It was fantastic. That's Ferrari's first ever pole position of the season in the Elite League. That's incredible, isn't it? And it really was, but unfortunately by the end of lap one, he was not. He was down to 6, wasn't he? So pole position really didn't help. Crazy last night, did he? Unfortunately, and of course an absolutely fantastic race win from Flying Sauce as well. He was flying last night, wasn't he? Brilliant race it was from the Greek driver. I really enjoyed that. It was a fantastic race as well, and I'm expecting more of the same here tonight from the Super guys as well. As you can see, we've got the track layout just on the screen right now, and you can see we've got 18 turns around the Russian Grand Prix course. There's not much gradient around here because there's the race circuit is basically next door to the Black Sea, isn't it? So yeah, not much. There's not really much hills or anything like that around here. Of course, as it's around the Winter Park, isn't it? From when the Winter Olympics was being held in 2014. We've got 18 turns around here. Of course, it's a 3.6 mile track, and we got a 135.861 is the target to beat for the Super guys tonight, which is set by Valtteri Bottas just over a year ago. Jonathan Cox just said good evening, Sean. Good evening, Jonathan. I hope you're well. I hope everyone is well here tonight, and yeah, really, this is going to be some fantastic racing, isn't it? I think this is the longest run from the start all the way down to the first braking point, which is of course turn 2 on this track, not turn 1. Turn 1 is basically a kink, isn't it? So not really going to that's not going to wear the drivers at all, is it? And I think that's what hurt Crazy Power last night, unfortunately, wasn't it? This is probably one of the races where you don't really want to get pole position, is it? And of course the man at the moment who has got the most pole positions is, I think, Jonathan, who's still got who's got 5 pole positions to his name. But then RU Racing with 3 pole positions, along with Asdog also with 3 pole positions as well. RU Racing is the man on form in qualifying at the moment, isn't he? Fantastic run of form RU Racing is. Germany, Italy, Singapore, those is where he's been on pole position, and those have been the last 4 races. Fantastic stuff indeed, isn't it, from RU Racing? Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. And whilst we're just waiting to get racing, let's just take a quick look at the driver's standing, shall we? Not that bad then. Is he champion electricals? He was the season favourite. He was the favourite going into this season, wasn't he? Not that bad, is, and he's 70 points still clear of Jonathan, who is second at the moment. He's having a bit of a rough spot at the moment, Jonathan, isn't he? And that has allowed RU Racing to really jump up to the back of him as well. He's only 4 points behind Jonathan now, so with a battle for second position is well and truly on. Asdog is also sneaking in there as well. He's only a further 16 points down the road, so Asdog's had a phenomenal season, I feel, hasn't he? He hasn't had a win yet, though, has he, this season? Of course, he had that incredible win in China, didn't he, last season? Well, unfortunately, the less said about that race, the better for me, as I took out my teammate. As Matt in 5th position, of course, 115 points behind, with Roscoe moving up 1 position to 6th. Of course, unfortunately, DNF Dave has had a problem with his pedal, hasn't he? And he is not going, possibly might not be taking part in the rest of the season, which is a massive blow, isn't it, for Dave? Because that incredible race win in Monaco was brilliant, wasn't it? Absolutely phenomenal stuff from Dave Batiste on 85 points, Timmy in 8th position on 82 points. Then we got Steve in 9th position on 72 points, and then we have Fisico, who is in 10th position on 68 points, and Double moved up 1 as well into 13th position, who's got in front of Sven. So those are that's the only other changes in the drivers' championship then. So then we've done all the obligatory things now. So let's get on it then. Of course, Russia is quite new to the calendar, isn't it? It's very similar to Valencia. Of course, Valencia was on the Formula 1 calendar between 2008 and 2012, wasn't it? I must admit, I quite enjoyed that track in Valencia. I enjoyed it on the game. I must admit, the best race in Valencia was actually the final race, wasn't it? In 2012, of course, where Alonso won from 12th on the grid, I think it was. Brilliant race that was. I enjoyed that race. Schumacher, I think it was his final ever podium position, wasn't it, in Formula 1, which is an absolute shame. And it's Russia. It is Russia, isn't it? I thought it was really good. I thought it was really on the bubble tonight. I've actually called it Singapore. Yeah, so there you go. That's a frightening start, isn't it? Awful. I was so concerned about the round number, I completely forgot to change the to change the to change the venue. Gosh. Yeah, if I had a brain, I'd be dangerous, wouldn't I? Anyway, I'll change that a bit later on, as soon as the stream ends. Anyway, after that dodgy start, let's get to it, shall we? You can tell it's Halloween, can't you? Blimey. Don't worry though, it's the last day of the month here in October. Then it's the Christmas decorations going up, aren't they, in November? Yep, all the collective groans, isn't it? I don't start my Christmas shopping until at least Christmas Eve. That's how I roll. Anyway, then we're about to get into it now. So we're in the first part of qualifying session. We've got three parts of qualifying for anyone who's new. So we got a 18-minute session, then we got a 15-minute session, then we got a 12-minute session, and of course so we're aiming to lose the bottom 5 cars, and that is 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th and 20th. And it's great to see we've got a full grid as well, haven't we? As look, all those names on the left-hand side, incredible talent amongst those guys, isn't it? And who is going to win this? Who's going to win this race? I tell you what, whoever wins this race is going to be, very well deserved, isn't it? Of course, the same type of compound of tyres as it normally is in every other race event: soft, medium, and hard tyre, and which is much better now, because I think it used to be the hyper soft, ultra soft, and super soft variety, didn't it, last season? The pit lane around here, I think, is 60 kilometers an hour, so it's not one of the quickest pit lanes in the world. I think it's probably, if you get a drive-through penalty or damage around here, you're really going to struggle. Penny has left the session. Hopefully he can come back in it in a minute. And we got Mercedes, who's flying out of the pit lane, but Double is really on it like Sonic tonight, isn't he? He's out straight away. Look at that then. And with this, look at this run. Look at the run. Way down into turn 2 then. And turn 2 and 3. And of course, Double is definitely in the Halloween spirit. Of course, he had the helmet last race in Singapore as well, which I know this is not the Singapore Grand Prix. This is the Russian Grand Prix. And yes, the title is slightly wrong on the stream, and I apologise for that. Yep. I must admit, I got him especially early tonight after being stuck in traffic last night. And yep, you know what, didn't make a difference at all, did it? I must have left my brain back in the office and just watching Double. And as we said, then he's definitely he's loving the Halloween spirit. So you can see he's got a pumpkin for his helmet. And of course, Jonathan, of course, my Ted Kravitz down in the pit lane has just said it's drive for quali and the race. On this game, I must say that it can be like a 50-50 chance of whether it rains or not, doesn't it, around here? So so that's great to see the Double there. It's great to see that Jonathan there has thrown it. It's just informed us on the weather forecast. Lots of fantastic stuff from Jonathan. Jonathan unfortunately got a Q3 ban after I think he was involved in a couple of incidents in Singapore, but I think it's the one with Hogg in turn 1, which unfortunately ended Hogg's race. Hogg was on a great race, wasn't he, up today? As was JJ as well. It was some brilliant racing up and down the field. just over a week ago. Can't believe it's already over a week ago. Fantastic stuff indeed, isn't it? Well, it's not really fantastic, is it? Because the life is just flying by. And now you can see him doubling coming into the final corner. So he's going to start then. He is the first man out on the track then. Let's go on board with Dublin. He's off the racing line here. And then you can see he's got DRS. There's 2 DRS zones around here, flicking it into turn 1. It's not really a turn, is it? Turn 1 is now coming into turn 2. This is a big old stop. This is, look at this. Dropping down then into 4th gear, 3rd gear, then accelerating away then. That's a very easy corner to get a corner cut, isn't it? Now into the signature turn of the circuit. That's turn 3 then. You can see then a lot of, I love that as a turn because there's a lot of different ways you can tackle that one. Now then coming out of turn 4 then, of course that's where Bottas and Riker had that collision there. I think unfortunately we also seen the end of Lennon's race there last night, didn't we? Which is unfortunate for the Red Bull driver. And now then as we come into turn 7 then as well, it's double very close there to the curve there. And wonder if he might have cut the corner there slightly then. And now then as we're coming up into the 2nd DRS zone now then, you can see, look at all this, and it's incredible, isn't it, this Olympic part here in Russia. It's brilliant, isn't it? So we're just zigzagging away around the Olympic parks there. Of course, we got all sorts of Olympic venues around here. Great stuff indeed, isn't it? And now we're coming to the big stop, isn't it? You can see them dropping down into 3rd gear. And you can see, look at that double there, playing with the throttle there. And you can see him stamp on the brakes before going on it again. And then as we accelerate out around, now coming into the final part of the corner, it's a bit more of a American street style circuit, isn't it? Where 50 corner, 90 degree left, 90 degree right, before coming into the final couple of corners here then as well. Then now double then around the final corner, he's about to break Bottas's lap record around here. Nicely done there from double. Good lap as well. Frank's double there, taking us around a lap there. Beautiful stuff from the Williams driver. Fantastic indeed. And just taking a look to see our side there. Not that bad. He was the 2nd man out of the pits, I believe. He's coming around the final corner now because he's the championship leader, isn't he? How many more races he can win the championship? I don't think he can't win it today, can he? We're only on round 16 out of 21. So yeah, we've still got 7 more races to go. Yellow flag in 2. Penny has joined. That's absolutely stupendous news. Great to see Penny back in the session, and hopefully he can get his car out on track and have another whirl at what's going on now. JJ's gone third fast at the moment. What about his teammate? It's that as Sven comes across the line and he's on a 35.9 now for Sven, and there's also a Red Bull driver there just coming out. Are you racing? Is on that outlap at the moment. I tell you what, he's on form at the moment in terms of the qualifying. Yeah, in terms of the qualifying. What am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. Blimey, I've been rattled, haven't I? In terms of the performance he's under at the moment, Hogg is up into 6th position at the moment in the racing points there. Some good stuff there from Hogg. Taking a look, then we've got Asdog there, who's just started his lap now. Matt is going into 4th fast at the moment. We got Looney, who is we got Woody, who is up into 2nd position at the moment. Brilliant stuff indeed. We've got Brown there, who's also got the Halloween spirit on us. He's also got the pumpkin on as well. I tell you what, he's looking frightfully quick around here as well, isn't he? Look at that. Oh, lovely. Taking a bit of the curve there, isn't he? He's coming into the final couple of corners now. Into turn 17 now. Oh, that is a lot of curve. I reckon that might be an invalidated lap. Coming around the final corner now, accelerates away. And it has invalidated his lap. He has to go again. Snap there is coming into the turn 17 now as well. Car 80 Snap is in the Renault. Of course, then I think Snap's on the quality here, isn't he? He's much quicker this season, isn't he? And you could tell that. Look, that's an incredible, impressive time as well. Not that bad. It's just gone fast on a 32.9. That's an incredible time there from Not That Bad. Brilliant stuff indeed. He's only had 1 pole position this season, hasn't he? Not that bad. Which is back in Azerbaijan. Blimey, that was only round 4. So not that bad. In qualifying, he's not. I would say he's not too quick in qualifying, is he? I must admit that time there does really show that. It's quite impressive. But the race itself, it doesn't really matter, does it? Look at these stats, isn't it? 13 starts, 8 wins, 10 podiums. Incredible stuff there from Not That Bad. Really, really is indeed. It's that's impressive indeed. KCU there coming across the line. He has gone at 11 fast at the moment. He's the slowest of the runners that have set a time so far. Asdog there coming around the front corner. He's got Hogg in front of him though. Is that going to upset the rhythm of the car? Well, he's gone 2nd fast at the moment. Asdog is, because Asdog has got 3 pole positions to his name already this season. Can he make it a 4th? He has another pole position since Monaco. Again, that's a big old gap, isn't it? Roscoe's still in the pits mode, just chilling out at the moment. Oh, Brown is not chilling out, and he was almost going the wrong direction now, as he's now coming into the final section now. Of course, as we said, more of an American street circuit, isn't it? The final couple of corners here, and that rear end is really stepping out there. It's not sticking to the corners as much as that. Now coming into 17 now, then you can see it going a bit wide. Then he's all four wheels are off the course there. Let's go around again then, and he's on to 9th position. Mount Brown is lovely stuff indeed. We've got Physical out there at the moment. We've also got Steve out there as well then. So we've got RCU Racing then is just on their turn 3 now, and Penny has left the session. I really hope that Penny hasn't got a problem with his internet, or if he's just teasing us. I hope he's just teasing us and can get himself back in and get himself ready for the race. At the moment, he hasn't got a time at the moment. He's only got 10 minutes to get it all going. And Jonathan is just basically he's just given us a bit of a fright, hasn't he? As he's now 10 minutes till there's on the radio. There's 10 minutes until rain. So that's interesting indeed. That's really thrown the cat amongst the pigeons, hasn't it? That's incredible stuff there. As Are You Racing and just accelerating now, coming down the back straight. And of course, 2 DRS zones on this circuit. One start finish straight. Just after the start finish straight, and then one in here between turn 11 and 12 here. Now you can see that there's of course Carlos Sainz had a big old smash. Physico is out of qualifying. We're on board of Are You Racing then. Is that Physico has had some kind of issue on board of Are You Racing, and where has he gone? Just taking a look now, he's in sector 3, he's gone, and the yellow flags are fluttering in the final sector here. Oh, that's a big old smash. How has he got over there? That's a very big smash there. I wonder if there's a problem with the wheel or the pedals there. It must have been sticking there. Are You Racing? So that's a set of time yet, and he's only got 9 minutes to go. There's been a major problem there for Physico. There must have been a technical problem with the someone's gone majorly wrong for Physico, because there's no way that he would have crashed on like that on his own now. So what a shame there for the Renault driver. Of course, Physico. I think the Physico would prefer to start near the back end, because it seems like he has poor qualifying. He's absolutely outstanding races, doesn't he? He had a good qualifying in Singapore, and it didn't really go well for Physico, did it? So hopefully he can turn that around and have a good race. But Physico is the first casualty in this Russian Grand Prix event, not Singapore, Russia. So is we're on board Steve, and he's got a bit of errors deploying now as he comes down the back straight. Then, if it's anything but straight, and as I was mentioning in the pre-show, but so this race is very similar, isn't it, to the Valencia Grand Prix, wasn't it? Steve had to make a correction there, didn't he? Because he would have invalidated his time around here. Yeah, very similar, isn't it, to the Valencia race back in, which was dubbed the European Grand Prix, wasn't it, 2008 to 2012. And yes, I think that this race has some similar characteristics. Now then coming around the final corner, and Steve goes second fast moment. Of course, Steve should be, I think, a lot higher up in the championship. He was at a fantastic drive in Singapore, didn't he? And we had the privilege to talk to Steve as well after the race as well. It was brilliant indeed to talk to Steve, and because usually I'm up here on my lonesome and after the race, and so it was great to have a friendly voice in the commentary box. As now then we're just on board there with Jonathan, getting a lot of curb there, isn't it? The Ferrari driver, the British-Italian driver then, and now he's coming through into turn 60 now, got a bit of a correction there, taking a lot of curb on them, so he went off the track then. Track extensions around here are quite brutal. Into the pits then comes the Mercedes. Now Jonathan Cox then coming through the final corner now, then unfortunately he won't be able to qualify in Q3, but he has to get there first. He's gone second fastest. Jonathan has, that's a decent time indeed. Jonathan has got the most pole positions this season. He will not have a pole position today. Here comes PB coming across the line now, and he's about to start his lap in the Alfa Romeo. And you see that he started his lap there nicely done. As Dave just said, even though great to see a full grid, good luck to all the drivers. Penny said PS4 playing up again, enjoy racing whilst I throw it out the window. What a shame for Penny. That is a big shame, isn't it, for Penny, because he had an issue there in Singapore as well, didn't he? So oh dear, that's awful news, isn't it, for all the fans of Penny. From my point of view as well, I'm absolutely devastated. I love to see a full grid. I love to see Penny racing. So yeah, that's really, really shame. That is. Hopefully Penny can get his PlayStation 4 behaving for, well, just for at least for 2 hours at least tonight. As just keeping an eye on PB at the moment. He is out on track. He's on the lap at the moment. Well, he was on the lap, but he's just let Roscoe go. Are You Racing's back out of the pits there as well. We are expecting some rain in the not too distant future. So as Jonathan has informed us as well, got yellow flag and free. And just on board with KCU in the Red Bull, going a bit wide there. And you can see that now there's also a racing point going off the track there. He's actually going around. Oh my gosh! He is in the wall! He is in the wall! KCU's, but somehow all four wheels are in the same direction now. Has he damaged the car? He has damaged the car. He's lost a bit of the end plate there on the Red Bull. So, oh dear, KCU, well held, sir. I gotta say, that's an incredible bit of car control there from KCU there, because the turn 3 there is very, very, it's a very difficult corner to get right, isn't it? As here comes Sven then coming powering down this turn 2.5 there. Of course, no longer got rich energy, have they, Haas Allen? So they might be going back to their traditional colours next season. I must admit, I quite like the gold and black Haas. I do admit it's probably one of the nicest looking cars out there. Ever since the start of the season, I have said, oh, I love the Haas. It's the best looking car out there. Also, his teammate JJ is coming into the pits then. So, of course, remember, JJ was just shown us actually a very important characteristic of the circuit. If you go wide into the pit lane and come back on the track, you will get a 10-second penalty around here. I've felt it. I felt the wrath of that in career mode, I must say. Yeah, you've got to be careful coming in the pits. And same with Singapore as well, isn't it? Where you, if you come into the pits too fast and you go over, then you will get a 10-second penalty as well. So you must be very cautious there and coming in the pits. We're under 5 minutes already in this session. Wow, incredible stuff, isn't it? Yellow flag and free, because KCU has gone as well. KCU has gone as well. We've seen he had an adventure in turn 3, and now he's had another adventure in the final corner. Well, the final sector, I should say. On board with Sven now. He is just completing his lap. What is going on with these cars today? Just taking a look. Is it the final corner again? Oh, it's right on the track there. That is a big old smash there for KCU, and I think he's going to be able to qualify as well. Sven improves his 11th position though. Wow. Well, I'm not sure what's going on in turn 17, but that's 2 cars out there. Physico, who had an issue with, well, I assumed it was a problem with the equipment, but maybe not. And the same with KCU as well. He's also had a problem in turn 17 as well. On board with RCU. No, it's not. It was RU Racing. He is now in the racing point. We've just had someone else jump over the moment. Penny is stuck in his own problem with PlayStation at the moment. We've also lost Physico. We've lost KCU as well. Hog is in the drop zone, and so is RU Racing. Both racing points need to get a shift on here. Lovely over the shoulder shot of RU Racing here coming down now. Yellow flag in sector 1 at the moment. We're going to stick with RU Racing, and as Jonathan Cook just said, 5,000 can separate himself, and not bad. That's incredibly close, isn't it? At as the opening exchanges of this qualifying session, it's more of jabs at the moment, isn't it? We're aiming to lose 5 cars in this first section. Unfortunately, we've already lost 3 of them. RU Racing comes across the line, and wow, well, he is just better that time. That's what might be track evolution as well, but RU Racing there really back up against the wall. He didn't even need to worry, did he? Brilliant time there. RU Racing is free. What about Hog? Hog needs to get himself going as well. And 3 minutes to go on board with Hog. He is now on the minimum. Well, that fuel light is flashing in, so he is JJ's still in the pits at the moment. He needs to think about getting back out there as well. PB is on the track at the moment in the Alfa Romeo as Sven is coming into the pits then. So we're going to stick with Hog at the moment. Lovely shot. Look at that. Look all the information on that steering wheel there. That's incredible, isn't it? And Steve has retired from the session, but he is still in the session. He's just retired from the first qualifying session, as he feels that he should be able to get through. And Hog is really on the edge of amnesia there, isn't it? Amnesia? No, I think it's amnesia, isn't it? I don't know. What does Martin Brennan say? And that's what you get for using big words. I shouldn't be using big words at all. Hog there is not on a very good lap here, is he? As he is just skipping the part of the track. Then I think he's not gonna have time to get in and get back out there. You can see the clouds are gathering here in Sochi, and the clouds are starting to gather, unfortunately, for Hog as well. I think this might be the end of Hog's qualifying effort here this afternoon, which is a big shame, isn't it, for the Racing Point driver? Yeah, because he's not going to be able to get back in, is he? I'm wondering though, has he got enough fuel on that car to give it one more shebang, one more give and go, one more attempt then at this lap? We're going to find out now. So he is coming into the pit, so that's Hog done and dusted, unfortunately. And what a shame now from the Racing Point driver. Of course, he hasn't got time to get back out there, has he? JJ just getting himself sorted. Whoa, this is interesting. PB is not decided to come back out, nor is Sven. So I think Sven might be okay, but I don't think PB is going to be. Well, there's a big old gap, isn't there? 35.7 for JJ, a 35.3 there for PB. This is going to get very, very tasty indeed, isn't it? Hold on to your hats, everyone, and if you wear hats, or hold on to whatever you're sat on. This is going to get very, very interesting indeed. Then let's go on board then with the Haas driver, shall we? Here comes JJ, of course, his first season in IRC, and his stats is I think that he so far in this season he's had 2 races. JJ has. I think he's had more than that. But he's I tell you what, in Singapore he really was unlucky, wasn't he? JJ was. I think that was his best race of the season, wasn't it? Oh, going very wide there, JJ, but accelerating away now. Nice to go fly in one. He's carrying on. Then you can see, look at this, as he's really I think that might be him done as well. I think it is. He's done. So that's it. JJ's out, Hog is out, KCU out, Physico out as well, and Penny unfortunately wasn't able to complete his session because he had issues of his own. So that's a big blow, isn't it? Indeed, from all those guys, then out there at the moment now. So that's a shame, that is, isn't it? As you can see then. So as we've ended qualifying, JJ's gone, Hog is gone, KCU's gone, Physico is gone, and so is Penny as well. And both Haas's are getting involved with each other. So Sven is already through, but if his car DNF'd and didn't come back to the pits, then that would have been Sven out of qualifying as well. Remember, so Codemaster's already done that. We've had a couple of issues in the past here of this season of cars of the AI cars crashing into each other. So we didn't want that again, did we? So JJ does come back into the pits now then. So yeah, JJ, of course, this season he's had seven races this season. JJ has, and he's had 2 DNFs, but he's had 2 points so far. So, but he's on 16th on the grid today. I feel that he can still get some major points from there, though, can he, the Haas driver? Because this track can be it's not the most difficult track to overtake on in the world, is it? So I feel that JJ's definitely got something in his locker to perhaps get some decent points there for the Haas team then. So that's in the Q1. We have lost the first 5 drivers, so unfortunately we won't be seeing them again in qualifying, but we will be seeing them again fairly soon in the race, which is coming up after the qualifying session. That's the beauty of having league racing, isn't it? You can have qualifying and the race on the same day, a bit like Japan. Just wetting my whistle there. Right then, so as you can see then, so at the end of qualifying, as Jonathan said in the comments, they're very close between themselves and not that bad. Unfortunately, we have been robbed of the duel between them two in qualifying, haven't we? As Jonathan's got a Q3 ban, but Are You Racing there? He's got a 4/10 of a second gap over himself, and not that bad. You see those top 3 drivers there, potentially they'll be going into the Elite League next season, and they'll be fantastic additions to the Elite League, won't they? Brilliant stuff indeed, and you can see that those 3 drivers have been incredible this season, absolutely incredible. Of course, not that bad second full season this season. Are You Racing making his debut, and Jonathan Cox, I think, has also made his debut as well this season. So it's been absolutely brilliant stuff from all those guys to the season, and potentially will be going into the Elite League unless they have a mare of a final end to the season, which we hope not really, because I think all those guys will definitely fit into the Elite League like a glove. But of course, it's still all up for debates at the moment as well. And now we're getting ready for... Oh, there it is! As Jonathan said, we got the rain! We got rain coming from the sky! And this is going to get very, very interesting indeed, isn't it? So, this has definitely thrown strategy out the window, hasn't it? So, of course, there's a couple of murmurings going on, wasn't there, before this session about who's going to do what. Are they going to go onto the medium tires? Are they going to go onto the soft tires? Well, at the moment, it's still dry enough to go onto the dry compound tires. Are they going to go out straight away? Surely they have to go out straight away. And Jonathan just said first full season, did a few last season. Yeah, so Jonathan did do a few races last season. So as Are You Racing there is coming out of the pits now then, look at them, they're all pouring out then. So we've got a bit of a traffic jam forming here. So as Are You Racing then coming out of the pit lane, you can see then this is a very fast pit lane, isn't it, to exit out and come out onto the track. And was Are You Racing the first one out? This is going to get very, very hair and scare, isn't it? In the opening couple of laps there, of course, the cars, this is going to be the best of the track conditions are going to be done in the first couple of minutes here in Russia. So this is going to be all or nothing, isn't it? Double out on track as well. I think he's the first man out there again, Double is. So he's really keen to get on it tonight, isn't he? Double in the Williams end. Double's season so far then reflects like this. He's had 15 starts this season. He's been involved in every single race this season. Double has. Of course, he is one of the most experienced drivers in IRC history. He's got 30 points to his name and only one DNF, which is incredible, isn't it, for Double is? Of course, Double is Mr. Consistent, isn't he? He doesn't DNF races often, and because of that, he's the reason why he does pick up points, doesn't he? And he's definitely a steady hand, isn't he? And any team would love to have Double in their car, but he is in the Williams this season. He's in the Rocket Williams this season, and he is about to go for broke, isn't he? He has got the soft compound tire on, and he is about to go for it now then. So Double then just warming up those tires then. We got PB out. PB is in the wall. He is down. Let's take a look. Where is he? Yellow flag. I'm wondering. It's down the straight, isn't it? On board then. Yellow flags where Carlos Sights went off, and that is a big smash there from PB. He is out of qualifying. He's the first casualty of the rain here tonight. Wow, what a shame. What a shame indeed it is for PB then. We're going to just take a look then. As IRC Racing is now started us up. So is Double. So Double is started us up now as he comes down into the first braking point of turn 2. And T Sammy just said, hello commentators, let's hope for an exciting race. And David's gone, yo T Sammy. Of course, T Sammy, the elite driver. Of course, he picked up a point last night in the in this car here, the Williams, which Double is driving tonight, and he attacks turn forward and accelerates in the way now nicely. You can see the track is just this is going to be incredible, isn't it? Intermediate tires for Roscoe, but the question is, Roscoe's still in the pits, as is Brown. So this might be too late then for those guys, and it's going to be one and done here in Russia. As now then is Double then coming into the second section now. Yellow flags are floating in section 1. This is going to get very, very interesting indeed, isn't it? Can Double get pole? Can Double get the fastest time then here? Because I think he is going to get the best of the track conditions. We're keeping an eye on Double. Got yellow flags out there, here, there and everywhere. Look at him hacksawing away at the steering wheel. It's incredible stuff here from Double. Can he do it then? IRC Racing has dropped back as well then, so this is going to get very interesting indeed. As Jonathan just said two wet can't go on the wet tires. Double's got off. He's in the wall. No, he ain't. That's an incredible car control. And Woody's gone. Woody has gone in the Ferrari. So we got 2 retirements already in this qualifying session. Now what can Double do then? Double just needs to keep it now. Can he keep? He just needs to keep the float in. Now he's coming down into the final section now. He's just got to keep on it. And I think the people are coming back in the pits. Is Double coming back in the pits? He is coming back in the pits. I'm wondering if it was just to try and catch. Well, everyone's struggling now. They're IRC Racing, of course. He's the qualifying king at the moment, and he is facing the wrong way. He is coming in the pits as well. Yellow flag in too then. On board with Harry in the McLaren then. And who's in front of us? That's a Toro also really struggling. That's Matt struggling as well. Intermediate tires on for Roscoe. Maybe then they might have done a duress day here and timed absolutely to perfection. Remember in 2013 with the Belgian Grand Prix. Well, and Asdog's gone faster on the 54.9 there, so it doesn't hurt to have a go on the dry tires, does it? He's on the medium compound tires. So Matt is the next man to cross the line, I think he is, and so is Harry. Harry's gone second. Matt has gone third. Then is anyone else going to be out there on the dry tires? Not that bad. He's out on the dry tires. But he is, well, that time is a bit slow. Timmy's gone faster still. Timmy in the Mercedes on the soft compound tire has gone fastest, and he is top of the timesheet at this moment. Yellow flag is floating in the if you have a yellow flag around here, you usually expect a big old mighty shunt. And look at that, there's spray already. This rain is absolutely bucking it down here in Sochi. And of course, we were saying at the beginning of the program, it's usually 50-50, isn't it, in terms of rain around here in the league races, isn't it? Roscoe there, look at him hacksawing away there at the steering wheel. This is incredible stuff, isn't it? And really then, so the front four as Timmy, Anston, Harry, Matt have all set times at the moment. We got intermediate tires there on the Red Bull of Roscoe at the moment. We have lost Woody, we have lost PB in this session already. So this has really been a bit of a difficult start then to the event, hasn't it, in terms of strategy, in terms of keeping the car on track. It's been incredible stuff. Of course, the barriers are against the wall here, so really it's not for the faint-hearted, is it, the Russian Grand Prix? And so you also need to be super smooth here as well. But of course, Bottas was definitely super smooth here, wasn't he, in 2017? He won his first Grand Prix here in Russia. Of course, Russia was round 4 on that occasion. Harry there is just in front of him. Is he going to hold up Roscoe here? He does slightly, but of course he is on those dry tyres are not suitable for these track conditions at all. But Harry has done his lap already, so he is sorted, or is he? What tyres is going to be quicker? It's going to be the dry tyres on the down track. It's going to be the intermediate tyres on the down track. Yellow flag in 2 then, and I think it is Matt in front of us. Matt there is just getting out of the way now, and he does get out of the way then. So Roscoe there carries on his way then. He's going to be the first man to set a representative time on the intermediate tyres. We've already got times there from Timmy, Alstock, Harry and Matt. Keep it on those 4. They could potentially go through on those tyres there. But however, they will have to start the race on those compounded tyres. Roscoe there almost facing the wrong way. Looks like he was pointing to go in the pits. That great car control. Comes across the line. That's a much quicker lap time there from Roscoe. And one of those 4 guys is going to have to come out the pits. So he's surely going to have to come out the pits. Brown there is just in the second sector there as well. What about Jonathan? Jonathan, of course, said it in the comments there. It's 2x the car 25, and now he is on the intermediate tyres. And what is he going to do then? And of course, it looks like the Roscoe is looks like the intermediate tyres are the way to go then. So it was too wet for the dry tyres there. But I gotta say, excuse me, blimey, yeah, that's too much. That's too much caffeine for you. You see, I've got all sorts of gas coming out of me. And anyway, enough about that. Blimey, we are just Zari Racing has started to get going now as well. Jonathan there is now coming around the final turn 16 and accelerating the way now. Look how gingerly he's getting on the gas pedal there. And he's now into turn 17, and you can see those marshals there are getting a bit damp there out there, aren't they? I wonder, is this just a passing shower, or is this going to be or is this going to get heavier for Q3? And that's a good time now for Jonathan. You can see he's almost 2 seconds in front of Roscoe there. Not that doubles out on track at the moment. We've also got Snapper just starting his lap, just completing his lap. Is Brown then in the Toro Rosso then, Honda Power Toro Rosso then. He's coming around the final turn, and what does he do? And he slams it up into, oh, he doesn't. He's invalid. His time's going to go around again now. So IRC Racing then is next, and you can see he's just done a 36.6, I think it was in the first sector. Yellow flag in 3. Just taking a look to see what's going on in 3. Snapper just finishes up. Double is also on a lap at the moment. Got yellow flags floating. Oh, that's why Sven is off. He's in the wall. He's in the wall coming into the pit lane. Oh, lovely pirouette there from Sven there. Absolutely eloquently done. And now he's coming in the pit side for Sven is. But is this going to cost him a shot of Q3? We'll find out fairly soon. Back on board then with RU in the Racing Point, the pink pound for them. And coming into, and you can see we've got yellow flags. Oh, that's a car from the foreground. Who is it? Steve is gone. Roscoe's off the track as well. We've lost Steve. Steve is one of the quickest men in this league. This is incredible stuff at the moment then. And Roscoe's also gone off the track as well, but he has set his time. He is second at the moment. He is currently safe. But now IRC Racing then coming through the final turn then. Turn 18 now then. This is the final corner. What is he going to do? Very, very close. Did he cut the corner? I don't think he did. No, he didn't. It's great time again now from IRC Racing. Well dry. This man is quality in the on the single lap per runs. That really is. What about double? And he comes across the line as well in the rocket Williams. What's he going to rocket up to? He rockets up to 4th. Great time there from double. So he's in 4th position at the moment. He is currently safe. Another bad is currently on track. Then we've got Brown there, who is also on track. We're going to stay with Snap at the moment, and he is getting very, very low there, almost using all the track and then some as well. Over the shoulder shot here of the Renault driver as well. It just shows how wet the cockpit is there, isn't it? Car 80 then accelerating now, turn 16 then, and then he comes into turn 17 now as well then. And you can see in the background there is Toro Rosso then. Look at this, and they're not even, they're really playing with the front. Look at the telemetry down the bottom right hand corner there. And Snap's got an awful lot of errors there, and he's going to go around again then. So what about Brown there? Brown coming around the final corner now, and he goes 5th fastest. Brown does. So he is the so he's 5th fastest at the moment. He is currently safe. It's now going around again, but not that bad. The championship leader, 70 points in front, and one of his championship roles. So that was a Ferrari just coming in the pits. Unfortunately, we've lost Woody, PB, and Steve already. Not that bad, and he goes fastest. And good time there from Not That Bad. He's gone fastest in front of IRC Racing. Good stuff indeed. Then Matt is on track then, and Matt's about to start us out, but we're going to stay with Snap at the moment. Of course, the golden helmet of Snap. Then brilliant stuff. And of course he usually has a orange helmet, but maybe, well, it looks like it's a bit more golden this time, or perhaps there I just haven't been paying much attention, which to be honest is almost certainly right. It's not that I don't pay attention, I just don't notice the minute details. Snap there is, but Snap's going to notice every minute detail of this lap, isn't he? Yellow flag in 1 because Brown is gone. Brown is gone. And just taking a look to see where he's gone. He's gone in, I think it's just the exit of 2. Sorry, the in just coming into, I think it's just out of turn 6, isn't it? On board Timmy coming out of turn 4. And where is he? Just taking a quick look to see where he's gone. And it's just Timmy's a second and a half up, well, a second and a quarter up there in the first sector there. And where is he? There, he's coming out of turn 7. And where? Oh, blimey! Oh, he must have gotten the power too early, lit it up, and he's back end has swapped the front. I would assume. Asdog coming around the front corner now, and Asdog goes third fastest on the intermediate tires. Good time there from Asdog. Jonathan, I think, was coming back up the pits. I think Timmy is still a second up, and Harry is also up there as well. Matt is as well. So remember, all these guys also started their times. What about Snap? He goes fifth fastest. Snap does. Yellow flag in the no, I think it was it's one of the cars just recovering now. Matt coming into the final turn there as well. This is the second to last corner, now into the final corner now. What does he do? Can he, he comes into the final corner now, he is going to slot himself into 8th position mode. Still, that's dangerous territory here. Here comes Timmy then. Of course, Timmy was the one of the quicker men on the dry compound tyres, but these track conditions are definitely not suitable for the dry compound tyres anymore, are they? We have lost 4 drivers in here. We've lost Brown, we've lost PB, Woody, and Steve, and now then and now Timmy coming around the final corner, and Timmy goes at 5th fast at the moment then in the Mercedes. Matt is still on track at the moment. He's in turn 3 there. very, very dangerous that turn 3 isn't it? Harry there coming across the line, and he goes in. Oh, he's invalid this time now, so he's going to have to go around again. Sven is also on the lap front. We're going to lose a further driver at the moment. Brown is currently sneaking through. So we might lose 6 drivers here at the moment. This is going to get very, very tasty indeed, isn't it? We've got just over 120 seconds left of this session. Sven is on track at the moment in the Haas. Yellow flag in 3. Yellow flag in 3. I think it is just not that bad. Who is coming into the pits, having a casual drive back in the pits. I think not that bad. Feels he's safe. I think he's safe as well. So not that bad at the moment. He's only had 1 pole position this season. Can he get a second one here today in Russia? As Sven then, can he get himself into Q3 as he's now braking very, very heavily then, almost skating on there before then accelerating away into turn 14 just in front of us now. It's turn 15, turn 15, and now it's turn 16 then. Of course, this is more of the right left, isn't it? Of course, a bit off cambered, isn't it? The final 2 chicane, well, the 2 chicanes there. Now we're into the oh, he's gone wide. He's kept it going. He kept it in track limits there. Well done, Sven. And now it comes across the line now. He's aiming for 39, and he's done a 39.2 there. He is in 9th position at the moment there with just over 1 minute to go. Is that going to be the safe? Not if Matt can help it. Matt comes across the line. He's 8th fast at the moment. Sven is back outside, so Sven is still behind at Brown at the moment because Brown is sneaking through. What about Harry? Harry invalidated his time in the last round. Can he sneak himself into Q10? Q2, Q3, I mean, blimey. So now then he's cut the corner there. Harry asks, is that going to invalidate his time then? Well, he can have another go around here. He has got enough fuel, I believe, because look at us, there's no fuel light. So now then it's 17 into 18. How does he do? He is aiming for 49. He's aiming for 49. Has he done it? No, he hasn't done it. He's invalid this time again. He's got 1 more shot at this, 1 more run. Sven is the second down in the first sector. Can he? Well, to answer in these conditions, you can't make it up, can you? You just don't want to overstep the limit. We're going to keep with Sven at the moment. Yellow flag in 1, and I think is that Harry. Harry, I think might be done. Harry might be out then. What about Sven then? Can Sven? So he's damaged his front wing there, Sven has, hasn't he? As I think Harry might be done. Harry is gone. He is done. He is out. He's going to be in 12th position then. What about Sven then? Sven then coming down the back straight and no DRS anymore. And these are difficult, damn conditions. And he is now coming, breaking and skating on. No, I tell you what, I thought he was going into the wall there. Brilliant stuff from Sven there. Very much so. These are gladiators, aren't they, in these conditions? But I think he might have, and a yellow flag in 3. I think he might be here. He's 2 seconds off the pace now, Sven is. So I think that might be our cue. We're going to have our top 9 drivers then. So as unfortunately there's Snap. Unfortunately, Snap did make it, but he's retired from the session. So we have lost Steve, Woody, PB, Harry, Sven, and Brown. So we've lost 6 drivers in that very eventful Q2 session, and look at that. That is heavy rain. We're going to get the full wets out. I think we might have to get the full wets out, or as they used to be called, the extreme wets, didn't they? Way back when. I think that was back when Lewis Hamilton first joined F1, didn't they? When they called the extreme wet tires, which is interesting, wasn't it? I think it just make it a bit more exciting. But of course they've changed back to the wet tires now. But anyway, enough of that. We might need the wet tires. We might have to get the old monsoon tires if this rain doesn't abate. This is going to be incredible stuff as well. Jonathan is on track 93 tenths of a second down there. I think this will be this last action of of the qualifying session, as he is out of he's got a Q3 ban. So he will be starting. I think he'll be starting 9th actually in the race later on today. So one more position up. And I think that's on the racing line as well for Jonathan there. Of course, that must mean that does mean you'll get more grip off the line. So they say. Yeah, that might be a bit of an advantage. Of course, remember it was a massive advantage, wasn't it, in the first race in Austin, wasn't it? Where Massa took a grid penalty, didn't he? So that Alonso could start on the racing line back in 2012 when the Ferrari, tacticians in all sorts of games was at the all-time high, wasn't it? So of course, talking of Ferrari, Jonathan's coming into the pits now. Yeah, so I'm not sure if they'll get away with that one today, as I think there'll be an uproar, wouldn't there? So when Jonathan comes into the pits then, and that is a lot of rain. I reckon we're going to see the wet tires. I really do. This is going to be it's going to be action packed. This final Q3 session is. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be definitely wet and wild, isn't it? Indeed. And Jonathan getting wheeled back in there as well. So so unfortunately, it's going to be a top 8 shootout, as Jonathan will be 9th position and Brown will be 10th then. So in that top 8 shootout, we're going to have not that bad. Are you racing? Oh, look at that! Is going to get very it's going to get great indeed, isn't it? Asdog, Timmy, Snap, Roscoe, Matt and Double, all 8 of those drivers are going to go for pole position for the Russian Grand Prix. Even though, remember last night, Crazy Power didn't, of course, he was on pole position, but he dropped right down to 6th, didn't he, after the first lap? Then pole position might be a curse here tonight. But everyone still wants to be your first, don't you? You want to start on the front row of the grid, don't you? But there'll be all sorts of slipstreaming going on and things like that. So yeah, it's going to be. You can't judge it though, can you? You can't really slow down and try and get. Oh, I'm going to get second. Or I'm going to get third. It's very difficult to do, isn't it? So you've just got to go all out. And there's a lovely, beautiful shot of the sunshine in Sochi, but. Whoa, that is a lot of rain, isn't it? That is an awful lot of rain here, and look at that! Look at it! That's incredible stuff. I hope the drainage here is up to standard, because blimey, that is a lot of rain. Look at the rain! Look at the raindrops coming off the pit buildings. This is incredible rain here, isn't it? Incredible stuff indeed. Then, as I just taking a quick look, Jonathan Cox there, of course, has and it's full wets, but Asdog's going to try and go onto the intermediate tires. And this is going to be interesting indeed, isn't it? And wow. We think it's going to drive for the race, but this is going to be anyone's bet, isn't it? Who is the rain master here? Is Matt going to be able to take the crown? Remember, he has already got 3 pole positions this season, hasn't he, Matt? Sorry, he's got 2 pole positions that Matt has. Can he go for a 3rd one here tonight? And he is the first man out of the pits then. And look at that. Look at the standing water on the pit exit there. You see, look, the only place where ain't standing water is on the racing line. And Matt has gone skating on there. Look at them. There's no grip at all out there, is there? And so this is going to get very, very interesting indeed. RE Racing is on 3 pole position. Asdog is on 3 pole positions. Matt is on 2. Timmy is on 1 pole position. Snap hasn't had a pole position this season. Hasn't had a pole position yet. Nor has Roscoe either. It's not that bad. It's only on 1 pole position, and Double hasn't had a pole position either. And as Jonathan just said, got my strategy sorted. Dave says interesting to see strategies. First the race last night showed soft mediums were the best way to go. Definitely indeed. And also a lot of the drivers are not going to be starting on the tyre which they qualify on, because of course it was too wet to qualify on the dry compound tyres, wasn't it? So yeah, definitely. it's definitely going to be it's going to be all up in the air, isn't it? And that's what we like to see. Look at the rain, look at the rain. It's absolutely incredible stuff out there. You can look at the standing water down the back straight. As we're going, if anyone who likes a lot of action shots, I suggest you have I suggest you get some of them from here tonight. I must admit, I do love some of the action shots in the wet. Is really good indeed, isn't it? Yellow flag in 2 and 3. That is sector 2 and 3. Snap just making an appearance now. Roscoe is not fancying the rain at the moment, is he? Are you racing also on track as well? So we're going to stay with Matt because he is the first man. Oh, he got on the power there, and I thought he was going in the barrier. He kept it out of the wall, and he's on, and on he goes then. Of course, if Matt get pole position tonight, he will also be on 3 pole positions this season, along with RU Racing and Asdog. Of course, Asdog hasn't had a pole position since Monaco, and Matt doesn't like that bollard. As you can see, he's taking it right out, and now then Matt is now starting his lap then, and you can see he's powering down. Look in the background there. There's the pink panther of RU Racing. 3 pole positions in the last 4 races there for RU Racing. Matt then, of course, has another pole position since I'm sure he had a pole position in Britain, didn't he? He did indeed. China and Silverstone was the 2 races where he had a look at that. Look at the spray there. That is a lot of spray then. Of course, the wet tires can kick up 60 litres of water, I believe. Whether that's right or not, I do not know. To us, I got 60 litres from somewhere, and I have no idea where. It might be the amount of Coke I consume, or Pepsi, I should say rather, because that could be taken the complete wrong way. Anyway, enough about that. I said my choice of lifestyle. And back with Matt then. Of course, the racer then, can he get his third pole position this season? As Jonathan said, I haven't had one since Austria. Jonathan has said, and I think, of course, he had one. Jonathan did have one in Hungary. I'm sure he did. The pole position. So now back on board then with Matt then, as he's accelerating the way down. He's coming down the back straight. No DRS then. No DRS then. Of course, the wet tires also lift the car up as well then. So lifts the car up slightly, just because of the standing water, doesn't it? And he's gone very wide, Matt, but he's kept it going, and he's done a good job actually. Guild, or I tell you what, these drivers are slowing these cars down incredible as well. They're doing a very good job out there, really are. And I must admit, I'm losing my voice, and it's only qualifying. I'm a bit out of sorts here tonight, ain't I? As Dave, of course, did a cracking job last night in the Elite League, and can Super match up to this? That's the question. And now then, Matt then come through turn 18 now then. As a Joff just said, correction, Hungary. Now then, as Matt comes through the final corner, he goes fastest, but RU Racing has eclipsed that and done a 49. The 8th there. It's a good 49.3 there from the Racing Point driver. Asdog is out on track at the moment. We got Timmy to come across the line. Timmy is invalidated this time now, so Timmy has invalidated this time. Here comes Asdog then with the beautiful eyelashes on the nose cone of the Alfa Romeo there. I must admit, I do like those eyelashes, don't I? It's very nice. Asdog there ain't going to care about those eyelashes at the moment, does he? All he cares about is how quick this car can go around Russia, and it goes second fast at the moment. I tell you what, RU Racing is almost 2 seconds in front of the next place driver. That's incredible stuff. Look at the water off the racing line. It's incredible stuff, isn't it? You see in the runoff area. If you remember back in Germany, of course, in the actual Formula 1 race, it was a bit of a skating ring, wasn't it, on the drag strip? And I tell you what, it looks like a bit of a skating ring at the edge of the track as well, isn't it? Look at all those puddles there, and a snap there. You can see them very, very wet offline, isn't it? And this is just showing the skill, the caliber of the super drivers, isn't it? To keep them in the tram lines here. Of course, you don't want to go off the tram lines because you'll be slower, you'll be picking up more water, you'll be aquaplaning, you could be going to the scene of the accident if you even go slightly outside these tram lines there, the darker patch of the tarmac. And Snap comes across the line. This is a good time for Snap. It's a 50.5 there. So Snap is the only man in the 50s then. So good time there from Snap. Really good time indeed from the rail driver. But not that bad. Comes across the line. He's got fastest. Not that bad. It's got fastest by a 48.9. He's 4 tenths of a second in front of RU Racing. This is very interesting indeed, isn't it? Timmy then, who invalidated his first time, is he coming around again? Then he's got not much deployment yet left in the Mercedes. Can he join his teammate on the front row of the grid? Can it be an all Mercedes front row now as he's coming into the final couple of corners now then? And he is now into turn 17 now, and it runs a little bit wide then coming into turn 18. Yellow flag. Snap's gone. Snap is gone. And just as Dave said, yes, Snap is in the wall. He is done. Snap is out of qualifying. He is currently a career best third. Can he stay there? If this rain gets any worse, then he will stay there because it'll be difficult to improve. What a shame there for Snap. And it is yellow flying one. Just taking a look to see where it is. We just watched him as he come across the line. I wonder if it was out of and Roscoe has retired from the session, so Roscoe's gone as well. Jonathan's going to be up to 8th then. And Roscoe's down in 9th position. Brown is in 10th position. We've only got 7 cars going for this pole position then. And well, I'm not sure why Roscoe's retired, and I wonder where Snap retired. I was guessing just around there. Yellow flagging one at the moment, and that's double just getting on the way then. We got just under 5 minutes to go. Look at the water on this track. There is a lot of water, isn't it? Of course, the Black Sea is not too far away from here, is it? I think there's just about as much water in the Black Sea as there is on the track at the moment. Incredible stuff. And here is our man. He is on pole position at the moment, isn't he? This is brilliant. And Asdog has just gone second. It's gone third fast at the moment. Pole position, not that bad. This will be his first pole position since Azerbaijan round 4 this season, so not that bad at the moment. Is currently on pole position. Then are you racing us alongside him? That is row 1. That's a very nice row 1, isn't it? Incredible stuff. Row 2, we got Asdog and Snap. Brilliant to see Snap up there, isn't it? It's still a very good 4th position for Snap. It's a shame he ain't going to be able to go again though, because he is unfortunately in the hedge. He's in the Armco barrier. 5th position is Timmy and Matt. That is row 3. That's gonna be a good. That's gonna be a tasty old row, isn't it? And then row 7. Row 7. Row 4 is Double and Jonathan at the moment. They all come into the pits. Are you racing to come back out on track now? And look at us skating off the track there. Asdog there is also. He's got things on in like there as well. Timmy coming into the pits as well, and look how tight it is in that pit lane. And also on board them with Double then as he is coming into the pits as well. Ari Racing is out on track, and we've got 3.5 minutes to go, everyone. And of course, then I know what you're all thinking now. And who is going to get pole position? Who do you think is going to be on pole position? Is it going to be not that bad? Is it going to be Ari Racing? It's not bad. Not that bad. Going to get his 2nd pole position. Is Are You Racing going to get his 4th pole position in 5 races? Is Asdog going to get his 4th pole position since his 4th pole position season, his first one since Monaco? All these questions need to be answered in the next 3 minutes. And you can see then Double there just showing us how difficult this pit lane is. And of course, this pit lane is a very long pit lane as well, isn't it? So you don't want to get any damage. You do not want to get any soccer penalties either. So you have to be a good boy in the race later on. Otherwise, you're going to be trundling down that pit lane quite painfully slow. Racing then coming into the front corner. Let's go on board with Racing. Double took us around the first lap of the qualifying session earlier on, didn't he? And that was basically on a bone dry track. Now we're on a completely saturated track with Are You Racing, and let's see how completely different it is compared to the two conditions. And you see that he's breaking down. We only broke down the third gear but you can see it's still very similar speed in the wet, but he had to brake a lot earlier, didn't he? Are You Racing, which he was going to do skating on there. We got a bit of sunshine breaking through the grey clouds, and is it going to be enough to dry the track up? Is someone going to throw on a set of intermediate tyres and get out there? I think it's too dangerous, isn't it? But I'm wondering if maybe Double or Matt might maybe Double, Matt or Timmy might be tempted to throw on a set of intermediate tyres and see if they can improve their time, perhaps. It's a very big gamble though, isn't it? But surely you got it's all or nothing, is there? Both Timmy and Matt have gone on the wet tyres. What's Double going to do? Is he going to throw on a set of inter tyres? To be honest, I think it's a bit too wet for the intermediate tyres personally, but I'll give it a go and see what happens, isn't it, really? So Are You Racing then, we're on board now. I must admit, I'm enjoying this on board lap with Are You Racing. I'm sure that you would all enjoy it more if there wasn't a Gruffo Forester talking over it. But Are You Racing is coming down the back straight now then, and this is it's gone to an out lap there. So I'm thinking it's a proper lap there. He's got 4/10 of a second to make up on. Not that bad at the moment. Is top of the table, and of course he's got 74 point lead, hasn't he, over second place man Jonathan, who'll be starting 8th. I think that the 8th position is not a bad return, isn't it? When he and Are You Racing? I think he was in the well, he definitely was racing there, wasn't he? He was definitely fighting that car, wasn't he? And I tell you what, he was wrestling that car, wasn't he? Incredible stuff there. He comes through the final corner now, and he's going to start his lap now. And now then we're just watching the man who's on pole position at the moment. He has to defend his pole position. This is it then. It's all or nothing for all these guys then. Can not that bad extend his lead to further. This is a treacherous corner in the way. You can see it's really eased off now, isn't it? So is he going to make these times quicker? Is the track going to dry out? I think that this will definitely make the track drier. On board with not that bad now then. Let's see the first split then. The first split, double 009 there for not that bad, and double unfortunately is out of the session. And we've got 5 cars remaining going for pole position mode. Snap is having an incredible fourth place at the moment. Snap this season, I tell you what, he's been one of the biggest improvements of drivers out of all those guys out there. I think Snap has been incredible, hasn't he? And to be honest, he probably should be higher up in the championship as well. If it wasn't for bad luck, not that bad. There was very close to cutting the corner there, wasn't he? A few corners back then, we was praising Snap in the Renault. Of course, he's the top Renault driver. The Snap is at the moment to say he's not that bad. Then coming down, he is 9 tenths of a second off. Then not that bad. I think that might be done and dusted then. For unfortunately, IRC Racing is also 3 tenths of a second off as well. As Dog then is just coming out of sector 1. And Timmy is on the back straight as well. I think IRC Racing is actually up. Not that bad, it's done. IRC Racing is 2 tenths of a second up. Can he needs a couple more tenths. Can he get pole position then in the final stages? He's gone very wide there. Then not that bad. It's parked in the place that was Asdog's gone. And it's not that bad. It's parked in the same place which is reserved for Vettel's car, I think. And I think not that bad. I think IRC Racing is done as well. He is done. So can Timmy or Matt steal the limelight here and get pole position? And I think that's a no. I think it might be an anticlimactic qualifying session here, which is a bit disappointing. And what about but Matt there is still on it. I think he is on it. He's run out of deployment here. He is going to finish this lap. Can he improve? Can he get into 5th position? Can he get into 4th position? Can he get higher? Let's find out now. He is coming across the line. He's done a very good time. He's in 4th position. Matt is a great time there from Matt at the dying moments of qualifying. Not that bad. It's on pole position for the first time since Azerbaijan then in round 4. Not that bad qualifying. It's not really his forte, is it? But blimey, his wet weather driving here today was absolutely second to none. Impressive stuff from not that bad. Of course, remember he is leading the championship as well. He's had a phenomenal year, hasn't he? He has dominated, but him in qualifying it hasn't been domination, has it? But today he has done a phenomenal job indeed. I think there's a bit of debris there from one of the cars that went in the wall. At the end of that, and not that bad. 3 tenths of a second in front of IRC Racing, who was the man in form in qualifying, but he is only on the front row. So I say only second place to start, isn't it? Asdog is in 3rd position with Matt in 4th position. Potentially the second row could be where it could be the prime place to start. Good response there from Matt as well to move out to 4th position. Snap a quality qualifying in 5th position. Great to see him up there. Timmy in 6th position. Double in 7th. Well done. With Jonathan Q3 Ban is in 8th position. Nicely done. With Roscoe didn't set a time curiously in 9th position. And of course Brown is in 10th position at the moment. And we also got do I move up anymore, or do I move up anymore? And we're still 8th position. As Jonathan said that there were a few that retired. I think Jonathan stay in 8th position, and so I think that's a very good return there. And the rain is gone. The rain is gone. We shouldn't see the inters or the wet tires. So we've got lovely sunshine here in Sochi. I think this is the unofficial capital, isn't it, of the holiday makers in Russia, isn't it? Russia, I think, is the I must admit, geography is one of the worst, one of my worst subjects. I think Russia is the biggest country in the world, isn't it? Hopefully someone could correct me on that as well. But I feel as soon as I started saying that sentence, I feel that I was going down. I was going in a downward spiral there. Davis just said an outstanding lap from Snap. Outstanding from Snap. It really is. That's incredible timing from Snap. He could have been 4th on the grid by Taiwan. 5th is still a phenomenal achievement for Snap, and that is absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. And look at all those colours there. That's incredible stuff. Not that bad. It's on the hard tire. Interesting stuff indeed. 27 laps around this Sochi Autodrome circuit here in Russia. Let's go through the pack from front to back then. Pole position is not that bad. Two pole positions this season. Great stuff. IRC Racing, of course, 3 pole positions, but not today. He is only 2nd. Asdog with 3 pole positions, but he's only 3rd. Matt there with 2 pole positions as well, but he is in 4th. Snap, an incredible qualifying, and I tell you what, he is leading from the front of the moment. He's in 5th position and flying out there. He's on the hard compound tyre. Timmy is in 6th position. Not Double is in 7th position with Jonathan in 8th position. 9th is Roscoe. And 10th is Brown, who is in no mood to take the formation lap. Sven is in 11th position. 12th position is Harry, who's just come through turn 3. 13th position is PB, with 14th position is Woody. 15th position is Steve. JJ is in 16th position with Hog in 17th. KCU is in 18th position. Physico is in 19th position. And Penny, who unfortunately his PlayStation's had issues and he is not in the on the race, which is such a shame for Penny, isn't it? Hopefully we can get that sorted out, because 2 races in a row now that he's had issues, and it's a big loss for us and for him that he's not racing here tonight. Absolutely, what a shame indeed. Go through the tyre choices, shall we? Everyone is on the soft tyres, apart from Not That Bad, the pole sitter, who's on the hard compound tyre, and Snap and Jonathan, who are also on the hard compound tyres as well, along with Snap's teammate Physico, who is also on the hard tyre, on the medium tyre. We've only got 3 guys on the medium, which is PB, Woody, and Hog. And so this is a great mixed bag, isn't it? I'm loving this. Strategy is all out the window, isn't it? It's going to be living on your whim, this is. So who is got it right? Who is going to be leading into the second corner rather than the first corner? After, as we've seen last night, the pole sitter, Crazy Power, was only 6 at the end of the first lap. Is that going to be the case here? And I'll tell you what, that was a very frantic formation lap, wasn't it? Usually on the slower side. And as David said, hard is surely the wrong choice there. That's to be honest, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? Because I wonder if it's because of the warm up there. So really interesting as well. I'm loving it. I'm loving this, isn't it? Of course, Dave, the expert, Dave, one of the drivers, of course, very knowledgeable of Formula 1 racing, isn't he? He thinks the hard tyre might be the wrong choice there, and I gotta say, a lot of guys are going for the soft tyre here, haven't they? So it's really, really interesting. I'm loving this mixed bag. I love it indeed. As David said, it's a one-stop anyway. Medium to soft is all you need. We've got 4, we got 5. It'll be racing in Russia, and we are go! And it's all bit of wheel spin there, and also Pit and Physical's already somehow behind. And are you racing this alongside? He's through already, and Alston is also through as well. We go, oh my gosh, that's an awful accident. That's horrific. That is a major accident. Oh my gosh, that is appalling. That's the worst start I have ever seen in a league race in all my life. Jonathan out, Not That Bad out, Snap, Brown, Alston. Are you racing all out of this race? What is going on? Incredible stuff here in Sochi. Wow, we have lost 7 cars. 7 cars have gone in this race. Wow, that is an almighty shunt, and that is no safety car. That is no safety car in this race, and I'm in absolutely shock about that. Of course, we had an awful start in Belgium, didn't we? And now we've had a similar problem here today, and it's gone almightily wrong there. Jonathan said red flag, that is ridiculous. KCU is out of race as well. KCU is out, and there he's gone into the wall as well. The Red Bull is out. This is an appalling start to the Russian Grand Prix then. This is an appalling start. We're down to 12 cars already. That is a most horrific accident ever. And it all started with Are You Racing and Not That Bad. They're coming together just before turn 1 then. And yellow flag in 1-2. How is that not a safety car? It's just beyond me. And Sven has got a damaged car. We've also got a puncture there for Hog as well. And this is and doubles with no front wing now. JJ is I think limping around as well. And yellow flag in 2 then. And as we complete the first lap, Timmy is leading with Matt in second. And you can see then we've got JJ with no front wing. We've got Physico with no front with a front wing, and he is just someone got through as well. Woody is under a lot of pressure then from Harry as he comes through as well, and it's incredible. Jonathan has said sorry, but that was a joke. And Are You Racing is asking for a restart as well, and a Poland start indeed. And yellow flag in 2 then. Into the pits then comes JJ, who's in the pits then from the Haas team. That is an incredible accident here tonight, and I am just in absolutely amazement about what's going on. Doubles in the pits as well. We're down to 12 cars in this race then. Williams drivers in the pits as well. and JJ's coming on the pits now. Physico is we got your flagging 2. Your flagging 2 is we've got a good old battle for the lead then. And Hog is coming to the pits now. Finally, Sven is still in the pits there for the Haas. He's coming up now. Hog is in the pits there, and PB I think is also struggling there as well. As just taking a back look at the front end is Timmy Lees. Second is Matt on board then with a Toro Rosso driver then as well. Then is that was an incredible accident. Of course, Belgium was awful. But I think that was an absolute vile shunt. It really was. PB there just getting out of the way then. Timmy is leading. Second is Matt at the moment then. I don't think there is a restart. I haven't seen a message come up telling us there's a restart. So we're going to continue as we are for now then. But yeah, that was an incredible smash there at the opening start of this race. This has been an incredible absolutely it was an awful crash, wasn't it, as well as we come through the complete lap 2 then. Lap 3 then Timmy leads out. Matt is second. Third position is Steve. Fourth is Ross. With 5th position is Harry. 6th is Woody. 7th is Physico. Then we have JJ double and Sven completing the top 10. And Matt's going for the lead. He's going for the lead. He's taken the lead here at the Russian Grand Prix. He's on the inside track position. He is by Timmy and he's moved up into first position then. And he is through as well. What about Stino? He's going to go he's having a look as well with Roscoe just behind him. This race is anyone's race now with we've lost so many drivers. We've lost also PB is in the pits as well. And wow, as you can see then, so Matt leads this race with Timmy in second position. Steve's dropped it almost into the barrier there. He just about keeps out there. This is the battle for the lead then. 4 cars then is battling for the lead then. But I gotta say that shunt was incredible. I can't believe there was no safety car. I can't believe there was no safety car. It was no safety car at least. That was that was appalling, wasn't it? And I just don't understand Codemasters sometimes. But anyway, oh no, for Stevie, I tell you what, Steve was made up 12th position. Incredible start there. 12th position made for Physico as well. And he, as we said, his qualified performance is not very strong, but his race performances are phenomenal, isn't it? Anyway, so unfortunately, the biggest losers are the ones that are retired from this race. They didn't even make it through to the first braking zone, did they? Are in the background just keeping tabs at the moment. And here's Woody is on the medium tires, hard tires for Physico and JJ, and double on the medium tires with hard tires for Sven, Hog, and a PB. Then as we come through, then these 4 are all on the soft tires. And now Steve's going for it. He's going for second position. He's going up the inside. He's passed Timmy. He has moved up into second position. Matt is still leading. Second is still Steve. This race is anyone's race now with a lot of retirements. And of course the big 3 names have gone as well. And of course, well, as the big 4 names has gone, isn't it? With Alsdog also out as well, who's in 4th position in the championship. So yeah, this is incredible stuff, isn't it? Here in this race then. BMK is just gone, haha, we got Larson's a big F, sorry but about the swearing, but that wasn't fair. Same for Jonathan there, of course, who was involved in that massive collision there at the start of the race, and Steve just cutting the corner. So this is going to be interesting indeed, isn't it? So we're just Harry just 3 seconds back at the moment. This is the battle for lead at the moment. So Matt is under all sorts of pressure at the moment, isn't he? Who is going to be able to take advantage of this? Oh, Steve there just going straight on there. I thought he was going to go in the wall. And BMK has just asked no restart. I just said no restart. I don't think so. We're on lap 4 then. I think if there is a restart, we would have had a message by now saying there is. I haven't seen anything. I haven't actually checked the group chat really. I've just been having a look up and down and seeing if there's any comments coming, but there isn't at the moment. So at the moment then, this is the battle for the lead then, isn't it? Who is going to take advantage then? As the big 4 are out, that's Asdog out, that's Asdog, Are You Racing, Jonathan, and Not That Bad. Those big 4 are out of the race, along with Brown, along with Snap, along with KCU. We're down to 12 cars in this race. And now then, as Roscoe is now through, and he is up in the 3rd position, he passes Timmy, moves up in the 3rd position, and he is on for a podium here tonight. At this moment in time. Remember, he started 9th, so I'm not sure if a podium was really on his agenda, was he? But we're on lap 5 already then. And I tell you what, an absolute shocking start, isn't it, to the race? Of course, we had that, as we said earlier on there in the broadcast, that big smash in Belgium, wasn't it, where we lost a lot of drivers. Of course, just before we come up to, I think just out of last source. Well, before we even got to a breaking point as well, I think it was Are You Racing and Not That Bad that come together, and they come back on the track, didn't they? Because it's so it's basically like a tunnel down there, isn't it? They come back on the track there, and unfortunately took a lot of drivers out there as well, didn't it? It was an almighty accident, wasn't it? Blimey. And cars flew in the air. Of course, this is this is one of the dangerous characteristics around Russia. If you're going to have a big smasher down there, if you're going to have a crash down there, it's going to be huge, isn't it? Because even if it's from standing start, these cars accelerate, take off like a scolded cat, don't they? They're so quick to get off the mark. And wow, absolutely shocking stuff in the opening stages of the Russian Grand Prix. I did say, didn't I, that Russia is usually a great race to watch in terms of the league racing, and they haven't disappointed. Timmy's in the pits, and so Timmy is the first man to roll the dice. He comes in the pits then for the Mercedes driver. He has to slow down to 60 kilometers an hour. We're keeping an eye on Timmy there on. There's a ghost car in front of him. That's Penny's ghost car, and now they're coming through the complete lap 5, and Harry's in the background as well. So Timmy, what he's going on the medium compound tires. Of course, Dave said it's going to be one stopper, isn't it? So Ross, they're going into it, but he had to bail it there, so he had a 3-second penalty. Remember, penalties can be key in this race, can't they? And this is one of the races where you can certainly make hay whilst the sun is shining. So Timmy is on the hard tar actually. So he's coming on the pits now, and so we'll be seeing where he is. I think he should be in front of JJ. So incredible scenes here in Russia. Really is. That's an absolutely incredible crash here tonight. I'm just like I'm flabbergasted. Brown has left the session now, so Brown very disappointed. He was a part of the huge accident. I gotta say I might have to rewatch it back because there was all sorts going on in that crash, wasn't there? It was incredible, wasn't it? Matt though is leading at the moment with Steve in second and Roscoe in third position. These guys have got a big opportunity now to really make up some points there in this championship. We're just over 20 laps to go in this race. Hogg is in the foreground there, and so he's come in the pits and he's fit the medium compound tire as well. Unfortunately for Hogg there, he's had a puncture. It looks like he's ghosting there. So I think he's ghosting because of the new update there, which I must admit, I think I read a comment, but I can't remember who I read a comment with. Where you can see all of these guys are in DRS range, as is Matt off the ghost car of Hogg. I read somewhere that the ghost car, I must admit, it is good for online lobbies, but maybe for league racing, it's taken away a bit of skill, hasn't it, to lap the cars. So yeah, I do agree with it on one sense, because it kind of takes away a bit of the danger, a bit of the excitement, which is, I must admit, I do like a bit of excitement and the danger. There's a lot of danger here tonight, wasn't it? Blimey. We have lost 6 cars in that big old smash up earlier on in this race. It was absolutely horrific. Indeed it was. Anyway, going back to the penalties, yeah, this track is very definitely penalty hungry, isn't it? So as we've seen last night with Jacob getting disqualified from the Elite League race. Of course, we don't often see disqualifications, do we? I think that was only the second one of the season for the Elite League. But unfortunately Jacob did get disqualified, and he was very disappointed as well. Jacob did have a very difficult race yesterday, didn't he? After the masterclass he showed back in Monza, as now we're just keeping tabs on the front three at the moment. So 6 tenths of a second between Matt and Steve, and it's another 6 tenths of a second between Roscoe and Steve. This is it. Nose to tail then. Lionel Stern then in this race then as they come through to complete lap. So when are they going to roll the dice? Matt is in the pits. Is he? No, he ain't. He is. Is he had a problem? He's let Steve by there. So did he let Steve by, or did he have a problem? I'm wondering if he just come off the last corner, or is he going behind because of the DRS then? Because DRS is a very can really make up a lot of time then. But Matt is Matt had a I'm not sure if he because there's an unusual place unless he got all sorts of wheel spin there. He's gone on the inside of Steve into turn 2 it is, and Steve just remains second position. I'm wondering then if he got in the power and just the back end kicked out. We was watching Roscoe, wasn't we? And now then he's hanging on then into turn 3 then. Harry is 5 seconds back at the moment. Almost gone into the back of Steve. Now he's lost momentum because Roscoe's now going to go for it as well. Roscoe's going to go for it to turn 5. No, not quite then, as Matt there keeps his race in line and is in a second position at the moment, and Harry's 5 seconds back at the moment, 4.7 seconds back, and with Timmy at the moment is still behind Physica and those freshman hard tires are not really doing him any good at the moment. Remember what? Oh, Roscoe's got a 3-second penalty. Remember what Dave said in the comments about having a one stop here. Soft to medium tires is the preferred strategy, which it worked beautifully well, didn't it, for the guys in the Elite League last night. So yeah, surely you would follow suit. Well, I definitely would. I used to watch the Elite League to see what strategy got. Obviously it didn't work for me because I was too slow. Look at how much closing speed Roscoe had over Matt there. Incredible stuff, isn't it? So we got Steve leading, we got Matt in second, we got Roscoe in third position. If you just joined us here tonight and wondering what's going on, we've had an almighty accident in just coming out of turn 1, and Snap has left the session as well. I thought he was one of the victims of part of the turn 1 accident. Roscoe is rolling the dice. He is coming into the pits then. So Roscoe is in the pits and Matt is outside of DRS, and Steve is in prime position. Can he win his first IRC race of his career? I think that's right. That would be absolutely incredible stuff, isn't it? As Harry goes through as well. PB's got a couple of components there. Roscoe's on the hard compound tire. He's in and out, and he shakes it all about. As Woody there is also going at the full position as well. Then Roscoe's coming out of the pits now, and now Timmy is now all over the back of Physico. I think he did take a couple of laps there just to get himself up and going. As Dave said, second. Steve won in Abu Dhabi last season. To be honest, that just shows how bad my memory is. I'm glad Dave's listened to me. I'm glad that's what I need. Oh, and Timmy's up in through and up in the 6th position. Physical drop on, so I'm glad. Just you can see, I'm glad that Dave's helping me along in this race. This race has been absolutely incredible. It's really caught me off guard, hasn't it? So Steve going for its second race win of IRC. It's incredible stuff from Steve. Of course, Steve's a very quick driver. He should be much higher up than what he is in the championship. Well, today he is definitely going to. Maybe this is the day to really grab hold of after a very difficult start to the season, really grab hold of what's been a very difficult race indeed. And I can't even get my words out. It's been an absolutely incredible race indeed. Then, and we've also got double and JJ now battling doubles on the inside, on the outside. He is through and up into. As Harry's gone. Harry is gone. He's out of the race. As I'm just on board with Woody. Where's he gone? Oh my gosh, that is a big smasher for Harry. He is out of the race. This was some major points for Harry today, and he is out. He has crashed the car, and that is just in between 14 and 15 now. The car is in the middle of the track, and once again, Burnt Winelander has got his feet up. He's got a bit of. I don't think he's really keen on going anywhere today. Matt is in the pits, and so he's going for the undercut here. And let's see how powerful the undercut is, because Roscoe came in the pits quite early on, didn't he? John Fish just said he's absolutely fuming with the accident. There is now Matt. Then where is Matt? He's coming out of the pits now. Look to this. The undercut is not strong around here at all, because look, Matt is still in front of Roscoe, and maybe Matt though was blistering was absolutely blistering still. Woody is now in second position. Third position is Roscoe. I can't believe Harry is out of the race. That is a big blow indeed for the McLaren driver. Double is going to move up to 7th. JJ up to 8th. Sven up to 9th. And Hogg is up into 10th with PB just outside the points in 11th position at the moment. We're going back to the accident though. And to be honest, I think the real fun one that probably would have been a red flag, to be fair. But you got to. And the accidents do happen in Formula 1, doesn't it? Really, I mean, you can't. And this is a Formula 1 game as well. You can't really. Yeah, it was a big accident, and yeah, you've done all that work to be taken out of turn 1, but it's motor racing, isn't it? I think accidents do happen. That's just my opinion, really. But obviously you're going to be disappointed, aren't you? I mean, when I was league racing, I was very disappointed to be out after the first lap, and it was my fault. Usually my fault on my own. So really, but. It's motor racing, isn't it? I feel, and sometimes bad things happen, doesn't it? Of course, remember in Belgium, all the 2012, we had a big old accident now, didn't we, as well? And unfortunately, Alonso and drivers like that couldn't take the restart because of the accident, and instead it was a safety car. So that's kind of, I can kind of see that's the terms. I presume that's the logic that's been applied, really. Steve's in the pits then, so the race leader is in the pits. He's out of the pits now. He's on the hard compound tire. Matt is on the medium tire. He has got DRS as well, but Steve is coming out of the pits there. He is still in a net lead, or is he? Because Matt, look at this. He's gaining. Matt is gaining. He's going to go on the outside. He is on the outside. He is going through. No, not quite, because Steve just sticks it on the inside there. But Matt is now just going to go up and under, is he? Look at that. That's a cracking camera angle there. Brilliant stuff. indeed. And now we switch to another great camera angle. Steve's going to have a look. No, Matt takes the lead of the Russian Grand Prix. Well, no, he doesn't. He takes second position, but Woody is in the lead at the moment. He is 6 seconds in front. He hasn't made a stop yet. Incredible stuff indeed then, as Steve and Dave said Steve's on the hards. No, I wonder who Dave's cheering for. So as we did mention before, as I got completely wrong, and I'm glad Dave's in the comments. Is Steve there, who had one win in Abu Dhabi last season, didn't he? And brilliant stuff indeed, wasn't it? Can he go for a second win? But Matt, of course, he won in Baku, didn't he? A couple of seasons ago. Of course, he was the king of Baku. Can he beat the king of Russia as well? We're going to find out very soon. Well, we're not going to find out very soon as well, because we still have a long way to go in this race. This is absolutely incredible stuff. Matt on mediums is in prime, and also we've got Madness. This Madness, isn't it, from Alx J? It's been an incredible start to the incredible race, doesn't it? Incredible race. I'm lost for words. I'm absolutely lost for words. It's been and there's and I think that I can't remember. I didn't see if that was PB or Hog there. They just went flying on. It was an Alfa Romeo. And then come through again, and Steve is in DRSN. Of course, he's on the hard commentators. As Dave said, it's the soft to medium is the prime strategy here tonight, isn't it? So it's Roscoe and Steve are both on the hard tyre at the moment, as is Timmy as well. Then, so just taking a look. Then I think we got JJ has dropped out of doubles DRS now. Then so double is on his way and up into 7th position. Lovely stuff there from double. We're just going to keep it on this battle here. Back on board, Roscoe. They are catching Woody, hand over fist. Woody is leading. I think this is the first time ever Woody is leading the race. Then we got all sorts of stats going on tonight, and I'm flinging them about, and I'm not even sure if I'm right or not. Yeah, as you can see, without my stat book, I'm completely nowhere in life. But Woody is leading the race. Fantastic stuff, isn't it? And I must admit, it's very. The driver's caught and it must be annoyed, but it's good viewing. I must say it is good viewing. Is that if I was involved, I'd be absolutely fuming as well. To be fair, I'd be really annoyed. But that's racing, isn't it? Oh no, we've lost Sven. Sven has gone. We're on board with Hog at the moment. Who I think he's just being lapped. That's why he's ghosting. So we're on board with Hog then, and I think that Sven is out of the race, so he's going to get no points either. Where is he? He's in the middle of the track there. I wonder if he lit up the reels as well, but Sven is out of the race, and he's in the middle of the track as well. Blimey, that is getting very, very daring. And again, no Bernd Mailander. I don't think Bernd really likes his track, does he? He's not keen on getting out there at all. So, if PB can unlap himself from Sven, he will get a point then. So then, PB could potentially get a point, Hog will get a point, JJ will get a point, Double will get points. It's incredible stuff here tonight. Fantastic indeed, as Steve is just now gaining once again on the mat at the moment. This is the net battle for the lead, because we've got Woody just in the foreground. There is the Ferrari out in front at the moment. We're used to seeing a red Ferrari out in front, but it's usually his teammate Jonathan. Well, today it is Woody who is out in front as they go through turn 3. I must admit, turn 3 is an absolutely incredible view, and isn't it? Roscoe has dropped off the pace a bit. He is 1.5 seconds back at the moment in the Red Bull. So an epic pile-up. So proud of them. David, I tell you what, it was an epic pile-up. I'm going to be honest, I will throw this one to the floor, but I think that pile-up was probably better than the one in Belgium last year, in my opinion. Because that was a cracking pile-up, isn't it? The super guys don't do anything by half, do they? I think they do love a cracking pile-up every now and again, don't they? And wow, that was an incredible pile-up, wasn't it? As we said, we've had a lot of disappointed drivers out there tonight, but yeah, the race is continuing on. We're on lap 13 out of 27 now, and Hog there is just in the foreground now. He's just being lapped as well, but he's in 9th position among the Hog is. So this is a day for for the midfield runners there, who to get some decent points today. So absolutely great stuff indeed. This is the day that some of the midfielders really want, and it's really good to see the likes of Woody up there, the likes of Matt and Steve really battling for it, the likes of Roscoe battling up there as well. We do see Roscoe in it sometimes. Well, it's brilliant to see JJ and Double fighting for points. It really is. And I'm loving this as well, because we're just over half distance of this race now. And you can see there's the Ferrari of Woody there, who's leading the race, as we said earlier on. And it's a good drive there, as you can see, as Matt is just laughing hog. I was about to say something else, but as he is now going, he's going around hog then. So that's the peril of ghost cars. You see, you've got to be careful what you're watching. Got to be careful what you say now. Now in hog then he's just being lapped, and he's now going to be lapped by Steve as well. So yeah, I do feel that this is kind of taking away an element of racing, league racing. A lot on long lobbies, I think this is an absolutely cracking idea, but league racing, I'm not too sure. Of course, this could, you can see that hog is on the racing line there, and he could potentially be hurting Steve in in terms of pace stuff, and he'll be dropping away from that. But of course, hog is now a ghost, and they just drive through him. And hog, well, he's not really, he's also not hurting his time either, is he? He's keeping up with us at the moment, isn't he? But yeah, I feel that the ghost element in the league racing is taking away a bit of the tactics and things like that. As you can see, then again they're just homing in on Woody. The question is, what is Woody going to go on? Is he going to go on the soft tire to the end? And JJ's definitely going on the soft tire, isn't he? He's in the pits, so he's in the pits. He's rolled the dice, and he's going to put on a fresh set of red tires. So EJ is going to get, is going to throw on the tires and get some fast laps. And remember that all these guys, if any of these guys get a fast lap, they are guaranteed a point. Who's going to get that extra point? Well, this is going to be great, isn't it? It's coming through the complete lap 14, and on lap 15, Woody is being reeled in now, isn't he? He started the race, I think, on the medium tires, of course, as we said, then we've had an epic shunt. We lost RU Racing, we lost Asdog, we lost Brown, Snap, Jonathan, not that bad, and KCU. We lost Harry out of turn 13, and out of turn 14 is out. And we also lost Fen as well, who retired in between turn 16 and 17. We have lost an almighty lot of drivers in this race. It's bit of distraction derby, hasn't it, tonight? It really has. Of course, we spoke to Steve last week, didn't we? We were saying that Steve was on an incredible run of form, and who would have thought that we might be talking to Steve, who might be 2 steps higher on the podium this week? We'll find out. Of course, he's on the hard tyre, so he's going on the more durable tyre. He seems to have the legs over Matt at the moment. Of course, Woody is just in front of us as well. Woody is not being lapped, so Woody is he can fight for his position. This could give Steve an opportunity to have a go for the lead. Then Roscoe's dropping back. He's now 2 seconds behind the battle for the lead. Then so Roscoe is currently in 4th position, and then they're coming down and into now then Woody is just in front of. This is not really what Matt wanted now, because this is going to really bunch it up, isn't it? And then accelerate out there as well. And of course Woody has been on those tyres for 15 laps. I say now, contact, that's damage on the wing, who's out for? I think it was for Steve, was it for Steve? Ferrari's in the pits, Matt's got all elements, Woody's in the pits. What about Steve? Steve's damaged the car. He has damaged the car, and he has damaged the it's the right front element that has been damaged. This is not good at all for Steve at the moment, is it? The commentator's cursed. He's going to hate me, and wow. And to be honest, that is such rotten luck there for Steve. Well, I sound like it's all done and dusted. It really isn't, though, is it? In this race, anything can happen in this race, and tell you what, anything has happened in this race so far, and it usually does. So he's going to have awful understeer, isn't he? In this final couple of laps, then Stevens, of course, he is not scheduled to come to pits. He's already lost a second now, hasn't he? And then can Matt, of course, remember last race he won was in Baku, and you look at the understeer coming to Paramount there, isn't it? And he's going to really struggle as Steve, I feel. But can he adapt his driving style? He's an incredible driver, isn't he, Steve? Can he adapt his driving style? Can he work around this? And can he take the fight? Well, Roscoe is now also starting to come back in the fight as well. Timmy is 4 seconds adrift at the moment. Remember, Timmy was the early race leader, wasn't he? Physico is in 5th position. He hasn't stopped yet. He's going to go on the soft tyres later on. Woody has gone on the soft tyres, so he's going to be setting some blistering outs at the moment as well in 6th position. Double is in 7th position, just over half a minute behind the Ferrari driver. JJ is in 8th position, then he is on the soft tyre already. That should get him to the end. Hogg is in at 9th position. He's on the hard tyre, and PB is in 10th position then. Roscoe is now all over the back then, as all over the back of Steve. The damage he got just here, just on the lap before, and he's in the pits. Oh, Steve then is in the pits, and so the damage is too great, and this is now left Matt and Roscoe in prime position to battle it out for the lead here in the Russian Grand Prix. Steve is in the pits, and Timmy is going to get onto the podium then as well. And oh, what a shame! His heart would be plunged into his boots here for Steve. This is such a shame. Then this was a golden opportunity to get his second win in IRC. He is on the soft compound tires. He's going to have electric pace now, isn't he, Steve? But what a shame now. And Woody's through as well then, so Woody is through, so Steve will drop down to 6 then, but he will be blistering then in the last 11 laps of this Russian Grand Prix. This Russian Grand Prix is flying by, isn't it? Incredible stuff there. So now then Steve powers out the pits now then, so he is on his way then. This is the leader then, Matt then. Let's take stock. Let's take a look at the race order then with 10 laps to go. Matt is leading, he's on the medium compound tyre. Second position is Roscoe, he's on the hard compound tyre. Timmy is in third position. That's an incredible podium, isn't it? So far this season, Matt has had three podiums this season. So he's aiming for his 4th podium this season. So nicely done indeed. Roscoe has also had I think he's had 4 podiums this season. So these guys have been on the podium quite regularly. And of course, Timmy has also had a podium as well. He's only had one. So all these guys have been on the podium already this season. But yeah, these are some major points coming their way, isn't it? Indeed, then. So then the gap is at the moment 2 seconds, and this might be slightly uncharted territory though for these guys, isn't it? Of course. So how are they going to handle the pressure then? Well, at the moment, Matt is the 2 seconds in front of Roscoe at the moment. He's on the medium tyres, and the medium tyres should last at the end of the race now. Whilst Roscoe and Timmy and Physico are on the hard tyres. I think Physico. Let's just take a look. Does Physico need to come into the pits again? As I just fiddling about trying to. No, Physico needs to come in the pits then. So Physico is the only man that hasn't stopped yet that needs to come in the pits, and so Physico will be very quick on those soft tyres. Woody's got the fastest lap of the race at the moment. That'll be his first fastest lap of his career at the moment. So well done to the Ferrari driver. So brilliant stuff indeed. So that this is all up in the air, isn't it? Incredible stuff here in the Russian Grand Prix, and you can see it's getting very overcast as well now as out there. I tell you what, Roscoe and Matt are very close together in terms of time, isn't it? It is still 2 seconds. It is nudging up now. It's nudging up now between Matt. You see Matt's on gain a 10th of a second, but up until that point, it was so close. It was hundredths of a second between each sector. It was incredibly close, wasn't it? So. And then, so it's very close indeed then. On board then with the race leader Matt then. He is going for his first race win of the season, his 2nd of his career. This is going to be this has been an incredible race, hasn't it? We have had an amazing shunt in the opening lap here in Russia. And so you can see there's Roscoe in the foreground. We'll keep an eye on those two. I think Manu who's going to be like flying out. See, where can he come into? Physico will be coming in the pit, so he'll be in front of Physico. Can he get on a podium? It's a very difficult ask, isn't it, for Steve, with just with the laps counted down. I'm not sure. Well, Steve, he needs to be lightning quick. At the moment, the fast lap is held by Woody, so I think Steve is looking very quick. There's his first target. Is the Ferrari driver. They are gaining on Physico as well. I'm surprised that Physico hasn't come in the pits now, has he? But maybe he's also going to be lightning quick towards the end of this race. Well, as JJ's got a 3-second penalty, but just before that, the graphic did show Steve getting the fast lap of the race, and he will be the man that is really burning rubber now as he is coming down the start-finish straight. Wow, I'm just absolutely astounded with this race. I tell you what, that's excellent. Just having a quick look back at it now, blimey, it was a vicious old shunt, wasn't it? Mercedes were up in the air, blimey. Yeah, there's I just can't believe that there was no safety car. So I don't think the safety car must be here this weekend. As we saying, Bert Mylander is obviously on holiday. Maybe he's just visiting the various Olympic event buildings around here. To be honest, this is a very good place. That race around the Olympic Park of Sochi, isn't it? Of course, the Olympics was held here back in 2014, wasn't it? Which was also the first race which was held in Russia around this Sochi Autodrome track. And the first race, I think, the best part, the most memorable thing about the first race was Rosberg did 51 odd laps, didn't he, on the hard tyre. And that was as exciting as that one got, but after he double locked up, didn't he, on to come to the pits. Yeah, of course Bottas won his first race here, didn't he, in 2017. Of course, Russia was the fourth race of the year, fourth race of the season that year, wasn't it? And into the pits comes Physico then, and Roscoe's got a 3-second penalty. I must admit, I don't think Matt's had a penalty yet, so I think that Matt is in the box seats, isn't he? at the moment, then is these laps must be going so slow for the guys out there. In terms of the guys who are in prime position there, like Matt, like Roscoe, like Timmy as well, also on the podium, going for a second podium visit to the season then for Timmy. Woody, his best race of his career, in 4th position. Well, Physico accelerates out the pits now, and then he's not going to be challenged from behind, but he will be quick towards the end of this race, and he will be very quick, wasn't he? And can he get his first fast lap of the season as right on board then with the Renault driver? We'll come back to Physico a bit later on when he's got up to speed. Double's in the pits as well then, so Double is coming to the pits then for the Williams then, so he's just watching his teammate. So Double in the pits, he's 7th at the moment, and this is going to be a good handful of points as well. There's going to be a lot of changes in the championship there at the moment, isn't there? Of course, remember, as we were saying, the top 4 drivers are out of this race, so Matt and Roscoe are really going to be benefiting from this, isn't they? Of course, Matt in 5th position in the Drivers' Championship, and at 6th position is Roscoe. Matt will move up into 4th position as it stands then. So Double coming out of the pits now. Where is JJ? JJ is, of course, I think he's just getting lapped by the Toro Rosso. He is too far back from Double, I think, so Double there is on the soft tyre as well, so he will have a pace advantage. So then it wasn't as close as what not as close as what JJ would like to have been there, but JJ doing a strong race today. So fantastic stuff from fantastic stuff. A lot of drivers on a great race out there today, and back on board them with Steve. And you can see he's just 5 tenths off there. Yeah, a bit of a scruffy lap that last lap Steve did, but he's just under 2 seconds behind now. Gap at the front is now up to 3.5 seconds then, as Matt is now starting to pull away from Roscoe. There's a 3-second penalty there for Physico as well, who is really pushing on those soft compound tyres. This is the closest battle on track at the moment, and that is between Steve and Woody. This is about 4th and 5th, as we were saying. Woody on course for his best finish of his career. So well done to Woody. He's only got 6 points this season, Woody has, in 3 starts. So this is going to really, what's going to more Double is a point tally. It's going to almost triple it, isn't it? So good stuff there from Woody. Steve unfortunately damaged his front wing. He was on course, wasn't he, to battle Matt out for the win here, wasn't he? But unfortunately he damaged the front wing and really wasn't able to hang on to that, which is a shame, really, isn't it? Because we'd like to send a battle royal out front. Oh, Woody's got a 3-second penalty, but that would let Steve through, I think. I think Steve actually does have a penalty as well then. So actually on track in terms of the time, I think they might be head to head in terms of the penalties there. So yep, they're all square on that front, and they're just lapping a Hog then, the racing point driver, who's in 9th position. Hog is, and Hog is of course he's got 12 points this season, so he's on course to get some more points there for the racing point. So good stuff indeed. Also with JJ as well, he's on court. He's got 2 points so far, and this will also triple his tally as well. So good stuff from all those guys. They just got to keep going. He's got a penalty there for cutting the final corner, and he is now in DRS. He will have DRS from Hog, if not Woody. He does have DRS from Woody as well. You have to be within a second of the car behind, the car in front, I should say. And to get DRS, you can see the Ferrari driver didn't get DRS, but Steve did, and you can see Steve just going through the racing point driver, and he has been lapped then. I've already made my feelings abundantly clear about lap cars, but there we go. So then now Steve's on his way then. He is now up behind Woody, and now 9 seconds in front of Woody is Timmy. I think that's too much of an answer for Steve, isn't it? Yes, he will have a pace advantage. Of course, these soft tyres are 2 steps softer than the hard tyre, and it is becoming very grey, isn't it? So we didn't expect any rain in the race, but it's got very overcast all of a sudden. Oh, is there going to be a late spanner? It's going to be a late. This is going to be interesting. Roscoe is now started to match Matt, and is actually taking the gap down 0.2 of a second. It's now down to 2.6 seconds. So Roscoe is now coming in for a late charge then for the battle for the leader. This is going to get very interesting indeed. We're just going to stick to this battle here between that 4th and 5th position, which is Woody and Steve, and of course this is going to be 12 points on the board at the moment. Could have been a lot more, couldn't it, for Steve? Whoa, what a shame there. And now Woody there is, of course, I think he might be a sitting duck in the DRS and going down to turn 2, where we'll find out momentarily into the final corner and accelerating way down nicely. DRS available just before the first kink, isn't it? Or the first turn, I should say. Yep, there it is there. I think they extended that, haven't they? I think it used to be just on the kink or just before. And now see then going up the inside, he is through, he has passed the Ferrari, and he moves up into 4th position there, Steve does. So then he's now got a 9.8 second gap then. So between himself and Timmy, and that is the battle for the podium as well. I think Timmy's only got 1 penalty perhaps. I think he has anyway. I must admit I'm pretty poor at keeping up with penalties. Back with the leaders. The gap is down to 1.8 seconds, and we've got 5 laps to go. Then this is going to get very, very interesting indeed. Then, isn't it? Between Roscoe and Matt, this is going to be very, very tense, isn't it? This pressure between these two. Then I think can the Scotsman get by then with just a couple more laps to go? Remember, he's on the hard tyres. Matt is on the medium tyres, so one of those medium tyres are coming to the end of their life then. Well, they've done 13 laps. I'm wondering if they're out the window perhaps. And look, Roscoe is really gaining over him, hand over fist. So has Matt got a problem? Is it the tyres going off? Is it Matt just tightening up in the car? This is going to get very, very interesting then to come for the complete lap 24 on lap 24 then. And Roscoe is just outside of the DRS zone at the moment then. And is it the cooler temperatures that have really started to help the hard tyres? I thought it would have been the opposite, to be honest. Now they're coming down the back straight then, as there was a Haasby on it. There he is. I thought JJ disappeared then, which would have been an absolute devastation for the Haas driver, wouldn't it? Because he is on course for 4 points then, and that's a very good, decent amount of points there for the Haas team. So good stuff indeed. Just coming out of turn 4 then. The gap is under a second then. Fizco is set the fast lap of the race in the Renault, so at the moment he is getting the bonus point. Now, be the first time he's got fastest lap of the season, so for the Renault driver, so nicely done indeed. But we're going to keep an eye on this battle here, and this is going to be very, very interesting. Back on board with Roscoe. We've been sitting on board with Roscoe for quite a long period of time in this race, haven't we? Because he is the man that's seeing the action, and now Matt is under all sorts of pressure, isn't he? So he could have been on course for getting, he's on course for getting his second win of the season, or is he? Because second win of his career, or is he? Because Roscoe is really bearing down on him now, isn't he? In the Red Bull. Whoa. So come down the long back straight, and he's down into 17th a second. Just we're watching Roscoe be looking to see any weaknesses in Matt's driving style. Is the car struggling at the back end? Is it struggling on traction? I'll tell you what, Roscoe's car is looking much better, isn't it, through the corners, I gotta say. So yeah, Roscoe then is now going to be on Matt's tail then to come into the final turn. He will have DRS this time around. Lap 25, 3 laps to go. He's had a better acceleration as well. Look at this, he's already gaining before you even got to the DRS. He will have DRS now, and he is going to go alongside him. He is alongside him, and he is going through. Oh, there's contact. There is contact, but Roscoe takes the lead of the Russian Grand Prix, and he is now, he was gaining hand over fist, wasn't he? Lovely shot here at the curve, lovely. You see the Kvyat grandstand there. So Matt there is dropped down into second position then, and unfortunately for him, he has lost the lead. Roscoe has taken the lead of the Russian Grand Prix. He was much quicker than Matt over the past couple of laps, and one of the hard tyre choices now coming to pay dividends in this race. He was dropping off the back, wasn't he, earlier on? So Roscoe leads the race with just 3 laps to go then. Roscoe, of course, is at 6th in the championship, isn't he? And I must admit, it's been a season where, especially at the beginning of the season, he was very quick, wasn't he? And I feel he probably deserved more than than what he got. But today, he is now leading the race with 3 laps to go. Roscoe is. Can the Scotsman pick up? I think it would be his first ever win in IRC. This would be absolutely immense. This would be absolutely immense stuff there from Roscoe. But Matt is still a second behind him, so Matt is going to shadow him now all the way to the end then. And of course, then we've also got. We've got 3 laps to go then, as we're ticking down into the final stages of this Super League race. Matt stopped 2 laps earlier than the guys last night. Wonder if he stopped too early. That might possibly be the reason why the medium tyres are just dropping off, aren't they? And because of that, I wonder if it is. It looks like it might be 2 laps too early, and that is allowed Roscoe to take the lead. Oh, it was Roscoe won a race last year. Blimey, where's my head at tonight? Yeah, so Roscoe's going for a second race as well then, as my stats is all over the place tonight. And it shows I really should have done my homework, didn't I? It just goes to show a big a big crash, and I just completely lose my head. There's Roscoe there, accelerating the way down nicely, and he is now up to 1.5 seconds in front of Matt at the moment. Harry has just said that Roscoe has 12 seconds of penalties. Oh, so this is going to get very, very interesting. It's going to be like Japan, 1994. Remember, of course, Damon Hill won that race on aggregate, didn't they? Of course, when the race was split into 2 parts because of a red flag. This could be a similar. It's going to be a similar race here tonight. This race is going to go right down to the wire, isn't it? And Matt only has 3, so it's 9 seconds that Ross needs to make up. Then with 1 lap to go, this is going to get very, very interesting indeed. Then this is going to be really, really on the money. Then who is going to take the win here in Russia? Is it going to be Roscoe? Is it going to be Matt? This is he's got to gain another 8 seconds at least, hasn't he? Roscoe has. So 7 seconds now. It's going to be a stretch, isn't it, for the Scotsman? But he does have the tires, doesn't he? He has the tires underneath, and look at that, he's already gained 0.3 of a second, hasn't he, over the traction zones. Now, as you can see, the sun is bursting back out here in Sochi. It's the sun now bursting out onto Roscoe. Then he's on the final lap. He accelerates away. Then this needs to be a qualifying lap for Roscoe. He needs to put it all or nothing. Then there he is. He flies through turn 1, which is not really a turn, is it? And that's where all the action happened here tonight, didn't it? It was that huge accident in turn 1. It was a vile accident indeed, wasn't it? Now Roscoe accelerating out of turn 2, and then coming into turn 3. It's 2.4 seconds at the moment. And you can see, just watch the gap in the top left-hand side of the tower. And Timmy is also gained as well. Timmy could be well, I think he's at 6.1 seconds back. I think that might be a stretch too far. Steve has also got the gap between himself and Timmy down to 6.7 seconds. Well, what a shame for Steve. Really was there. Of course, he was involved in this spot as well. He damaged the front wing on the rear of Matt. There, didn't he? And I think he threw himself out of contention there. And he was struggling with the understeer when we was on board with him. Of course, a brilliant drive from Woody as well. His best result of IRC for Woody. Brilliant stuff. Physico up into 6th position, Double in 7th position, JJ in 8th position, Hog in 9th, and PB in 10th position. Physico has got the fastest lap of the race, hasn't he, as well? That'll be his first fastest lap of the season. Roscoe coming down the back straight then, and he is he's only 3 seconds. Well, he's only 2.8 seconds in front then, as he's well, he's flying through that. He's flying through there, isn't he? Blimey! I thought you carried too much speed then. Now he's coming into turn 15. Turn 16, look at that, bit of oversteer there from Roscoe then, accelerating out there now. Roscoe is 2 corners away from home, but is he 2 corners away from victory? It's up to 3 seconds. Roscoe, this is the final corner. Roscoe comes through, and he crosses the line first, but does he win? No, Matt wins the Russian Grand Prix. He wins. He had less penalties. Timmy is second in the end, very close to Matt. Timmy was 2 seconds away from winning his first race. Roscoe finishes third in the end. Steve in 4th position. No, then Woody gets an incredible 4th position. Well done to Woody, his best career performance in IRC. Steve in 5th position in the end. Physico has got his first fastest lap, and he is in 6th position as well. Double is coming home to finish 7th as well. Nicely done for Double. Hog will be in 9th position, and 10th position will be PB as well. An absolutely incredible race, wasn't it? Jonathan has left the session now. He is a very disappointed man there. Jonathan is PB in 10th position, and here comes Double just as he is just coming around the final couple of laps. The final lap, I should say. He's on the bunch right now. He's also struggling with fuel as well, but he's going to get some decent points out for the Williams. The Williams team, I think, are the only team that have actually got both cars in the points there, so nicely done there from the Williams team. Good effort there. It could have been so much better for Steve though, couldn't it? Wow, I think he's going to be a very disappointed man tonight. Very disappointed man tonight in the Williams. But I'll tell you one man who's not going to be disappointed, and this man here, Matt, his wins here in Russia in fine style there, and I think he kept it clean. He kept it the cleanest out of the front three, and because of that, he wins the race in fine fashion as well. So he is the Russian Grand Prix winner here tonight, here in Russia. I'm glad Harry gave me that information there as well. To make me look slightly more clever. So thanks to Harry and Dave tonight, who really helped me through this stream, I gotta say. Really giving me some important stat attacks. And there is Matt on the podium there for the Russian Grand Prix. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And that is actually, I think that will actually be our 5th winner this season. So brilliant stuff indeed then. Incredible 5 winners this season in the Super League. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So then, as we're just watching the 3 guys on the rostrum, let's take a look at the final classification from the Russian Grand Prix. And there it is, Matt from 4th on the grid to win the race. Timmy, who got no penalties at all, so well done to Timmy, incredible stuff. Roscoe finished 3rd in the end with Woody in 4th position. Potentially more driver than Aiden, fantastic. Steve in 5th position, it could have been so much better for Steve. Physical from 19th to 6th, excellent stuff. Double in 7th position. JJ is in 8th position with Hogg in 9th and PB in 10th. The rest are all retirements. Sven retired when he hit the wall just after turn 16. Harry retired just after he hit the wall before turn 15. And also with the retirements from that big old smash there is KFC, KCU, not that bad. Jonathan, Snap, Brown, Asdog, and RU. And unfortunately, we was robbed from seeing Steve tonight, as he was couldn't get his PlayStation work, which was a shame really, because Steve could have also picked up some big points as well tonight. Of course, keeping on the Facebook page, as we will, as of course the IRC Facebook page, because we will be giving you the updated standings in just a few moments time, because it's really going to may not change much at the top, but I think that Matt has now started to gate crash the top 4, hasn't he? So great stuff indeed then. Of course, remember, next week we will be in, I think, yes, we are in Japan next week, I believe, for round 16. So we really look forward to that. Of course, that's a real driver circuit, isn't it? I'm looking forward to that. With the land of the rising sun, as we're in Japan next week. Wednesday for the Elite League, and of course Thursday for Super League as well. I'm glad you've all been joining us tonight. I tell you what, a big old smash, wasn't it, on the to begin with. I gotta say that was the most impressive start line collision I have seen in a while. I think it's better than the Belgian one from last season from the Super guys. They do like to outdo themselves, don't they, with a good old smash. Brilliant stuff. I enjoyed that. I hope you all did it at home as well. My thanks to Dave, my thanks to Harry for important information to keep me on the straight and narrow. Also, thank you for joining us tonight. Great for all your contributions as always. Keep an eye on the Facebook, as we'll update the standings for the Super League in just a few moments time. Brilliant stuff today. Join us in a week's time as we go to Japan.